overthinking every little step that you would ever take. As we grew older, you couldn't stop tying yourself into way too many knots. Just relax and feel the flow. It's time for you to let it all go. Catch the waves as they're rolling in. Reach up higher and go follow the sun. Let the breeze come and drift away. Can you feel the fire as you follow the sun? Settle down, just take a breath, and your worried thoughts will slowly fade away. Live in the moment, don't look back. Allow your heart to run free and you'll stay on track. Just relax and feel the flow. It's time for you to let it all go. Catch the waves as they're rolling in. Reach up higher and go follow the sun. Let the breeze come and drift away. Can you feel the fire as you follow the sun? Just relax and feel the flow. It's time for you to let it all go. Catch the waves as they're rolling in. Reach up higher and go follow the sun. Let the breeze come and drift away. Can you feel the fire as you follow the sun? Catch the waves as they're rolling in. Reach up higher and go follow the sun. Let the breeze come and drift away. Can you feel the fire as you follow the sun?
Good morning. I hope everyone's having a great Sunday. Cash, welcome to memberships. You're my favorite troll, Cash. Hey, B, yeah, I hope everyone is too. Oh, let me see. Okay. Cash, were you and PJ having a conversation before the live? You cracked me up. Hey, Sarah. I'm the Lizard King. I can do anything. Oh, thank you for that laugh. Good morning, Kate. Morning, John. I'm so lost. I hope people can fill us both in, Jenny. Hi, Archer Bear. Morning, Grandma Sherry. Always Street Hunt. Hey, Grade. Hey, Chloe. I hope CS. Morning, Roxanne. Oh my goodness, you guys have been busy little chatters. Good morning, little minx. Faithful, just a YouTuber. I can't wake up. I woke up bright and early, finally starting to feel like a human. It's been a rough, 48, 72 hours. I don't know. It's been rough, but finally starting to feel like a human. I can talk. It's a little scratchy. If I mute suddenly, it's probably because I'm coughing. So please ignore that. Oh my goodness. Yep. Just thought a nice little Sunday chit chat. By the way, good morning, Evil Queen. Just kind of catch up on things. I tried to, I think I hopped up on Queen's panel. Maybe it was Thursday or Friday night. I can't remember. I think it was Thursday night to talk about when Madeline was found. No, maybe it was Friday. See, I don't know. My days are all mixed together. And I was so out of it. I probably shouldn't even hopped up there and shared that. It was rough. But I tried to catch a few things. Let me see here on these YouTube streets. And I'm like, why don't I just go live and we can all either talk about it together or you guys can share with me what you think's been going on. Let's see here. Going on. Oh, look. I had to open it on my phone so you get to hear that nice little playback. Here we go. Oh, I sound like my mom. Jeez, with a cold. Ooh. Hey, blank screen. Thanks, B. I am too. Hey, Cambry. Yeah, they really have Daddy's Baby Girl. Good morning, by the way. Um, so I caught some of Bullhorn Betty's live the other day. Maybe it was just yesterday morning, where she was going on and on about freedom of the press and constitutional rights and all of that. Did anybody else catch it? You think Trump did it? He might have. Whatever it was, he possibly did. Hey, Kiko. Oh, did the interview finally go through blank screen? I saw maybe it was your post or burnt toast. It might have been burnt toast where she stood that person up that was going to interview her. I know, but I don't act like my mother at all, but like man, when I heard myself on the I meant to open my phone so that I could pin that link and I was like, "Oh man, I sound like my mama." Good morning, True Crime Dime. Thank you for the emails, love, on the cases and stuff. I just be honest with you, I haven't been able to dig into most of them. Uh, my head's just been really cloudy. It's not COVID. I haven't had COVID. It's strep throat, but it just knocked me on my butt. And so, like, even everything just kind of made me a little fuzzy. So I didn't dig into to the cases that you sent me too deep, but I did watch the videos and I do want to find out more information on that Clayton boy because that one sounded so sad. Hey, Tiffany. She's being interviewed now on Stuffer's channel. Ooh, so it finally went through, huh? She spent her whole life complaining about the judge this morning, too. She really hates that judge. She really hates that judge. She's like big mad that that judge is, impeding on her constitutional rights, even though he's not. But she's mad that he is. Maybe they didn't teach her about that in paralegal school. I'm glad she did for that uh, subscriber's sake. Yep, I'll be looking at them though, babe. Good morning, world peace. I am like I my husband came home this morning. I'm like, I feel like a human, like a weakened version of a human, but a human nonetheless. Morning, Madness Hatter. Right. Uh, well, I was gonna say, well, I could just go to the Tennessee and breathe in her general direction and hopefully pass it along. Well, that's not how you pass strep, but you get what I'm saying. But now I can't even do that, I hear. So I hear the turtles vigil is off or cookout, get together, whatever you want to call it. Completely off. That's the word on the street. Is that what's going down there? Right. No, the judge isn't doing anything wrong at all, true crime time. He is completely he's doing what's appropriate. She doesn't understand, does she? Yeah, she really is. Really, really is obsessed. We have a missing teen in my town. Don't want to say her name here because I live in a very small town. Okay. You can email that to me. I'm sure someone it's let me type it for you. And if you don't want me to know it's you, you can just make a fake email account really quick, like a free one or something. Even if we don't go over it now, I can go over it later. When is she not? That's a great question, Hope. When is she not mad? Oh, Cash. Parking meter. Cashless Grandma C 2 hours paid. All right, Grandma Sherry. He's paid up for 2 hours. Or she is paid up for 2 hours. Oh gosh, you're the best troll. Thank you, love. Good morning, Gavel. Betty talks about the same thing. Ransworth says there's a lot of people do here on these streets, don't they? Don't we? But she's painstakingly wrong on so much. It hurts. It hurts. Good morning, Notre Dame. Yes, yes. I hope I'm gonna do a live on that. I want to have my full wits back about me before we go back over the Portland case. Um, but let me grab Belly Ray's link here and I'll go ahead and drop it because you guys, this channel, even when he's not handing out flyers for this Portland situation, he is just putting in work there in these homeless encampments. You know, he's doing weekly food runs and trying to get them into. I hope this link works because I'm horrible at links. Wait, let me see. Maybe I have to do this. Okay. Trying to get them into rehab, things like that. He's just really putting in a lot of work and he deserves to have a lot of people check out his channel, subscribe, all that. And he might not be everybody's flavor. He has a little rough around the edges, but I don't mind that at all. I hope that link works. Like, pays the parking. Yep, that's all you gotta do is hit the like. But we appreciate the $5. Oh no, Grain. I hope not. You're one of my faves, doll. So Dolly's event has been canceled, right? Okay. So why did he cancel? Can someone explain that to me? Like why'd he cancel? Hey, Tracy. As soon as Dolly canceled, the rest did too. You mean the rest of the people going, not. So that's where I'm a little confused, Kate, and I'm kind of behind, so maybe you guys have already mentioned it. So he was going to throw an event at the park, at Warriors Park, and put it on, like do the cookout, all that stuff. Then they were going to go up to 110, right? And do things up there. That's what I remember happening. So did he cancel his event or he just say, I'm not going to my event? Y'all can still go. And I don't know if he had like a planning committee or whatnot. Like, am I even making sense? Like, was his whole event canceled or just him going there canceled? Let me pop this up real quick, Grain, and make sure it's you. You there?
It's Krabby Appleton here.
It's Krabby Appleton. I bet you're not Krabby.
A little bit. So Dolly canceled because it may or may not rain.
Oh, excuse me now?
Yeah. It may or may not rain, is what he said. And there are people there that's going to be looking for him. And he just
I thought
doesn't
they were
want
in
to
a
be.
pavilion, though. Didn't they rent a pavilion?
Or something, yeah.
And so.
Hey, he was smart enough to know he couldn't grill indoors.
Well, who was gonna shoot that he couldn't grill it? When he first started talking about like we're gonna cook out down by the water, I was like, dude, that's a state park. You can only grill and cook out in designated areas. I hope you know that.
He's just gonna set on up. He gave so many excuses. I mean, they're all probably valid. I mean, he was pretty upfront about it, but he's a little backhanded in it, I think. I don't know how to explain that really. That sounded like a whole contradiction in itself, but I I believe every reason he gave is the reasons why he's not going, and he gave a lot of excuses.
Hey, Willow. So you said someone was gonna confront him. Who's gonna confront him?
Oh, because someone was saying that they were looking to serve him, and they knew where he was going to be.
Oh. Well, I know that
some court documents and papers.
But everybody knows where he is all. I don't know. That don't make much sense to me. Like you know where he is all the time, right?
Well, yeah, but it's like Queen said, you can choose, or someone, I think it was Queen said, you can choose to not answer your own door. But if you're out in a public park, like, what are you going to do?
Very
Run?
true. You have to.
Joneson said, are you going to swim across the river to the island?
Rain and weirdos, and he doesn't want to go to jail.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't want to have to, I won't use his words, but assault somebody, basically.
Oh, okay. So Notre Dame said because he was afraid of getting into legal trouble by fighting a hater, since he is still not at a. Why would he be fighting? Y'all are quick to fight.
Exactly. Because he can't control himself and he can't behave himself, and he knows it's not going to be smooth sailing down there for him, so he's not going, and he's blaming all the haters.
Oh, so he's throwing a Summer's Day in August in Virginia?
Yes, he said he was going to postpone and do something there local in August.
He's getting threats. Oh, well, that's not good. And he knows himself and doesn't want to get into trouble. So he canceled the whole event, though. That's, I guess. But people are still going, you guys said. People are still going to go to this event. Like, because Tina bought tickets and stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh, but she's not going either, from what I could tell.
Oh. Did he take up money for the... I don't think he took up money. Not that I saw, but that's kind of it.
I'm not sure if he did either, but I did hear people requesting that he give those people their money back if he did take money.
Yeah, I think hopefully he would do that if he took up any donations or monetary things, and now it's canceled. Hopefully he would give money back if he did. But who knows?
Time will tell, I guess. Oh gosh.
There's a lot of people, Tracy, that are struggling to deal with people around here. I heard that the mayor called on him. I did hear that too, Thunder, but I didn't know that was the reason he quit.
I haven't seen receipts for that yet, though they've been requested.
Yeah. He will not be coming over the weather. Also, he's worried about the hate. Yeah, okay.
All of it. He gave all kinds of excuses. Because he won't be able to contain himself. It would get violent if someone approached him. Someone wants to serve him his legal papers because he won't answer his door, and all kinds of stuff. And people are going to, this is the best one. There were threats that people were going to put nails all over Ben Hill Road.
What?
Dump like a bucket of nails all over Ben Hill Road. And my question was, is he even going to Ben Hill? You're going to the
Well, he was going to go to Ben Hill. I do remember that. He was going to go up there, and that's where they were going to light the candles and release butterflies, I think. But why would a local dump nails on their own road?
Yeah.
Although, I don't know. You could have, like, my husband has one of those big, like, roller magnets he uses in the garage to pick up after he does projects and stuff. I guess you could do that. I don't know. Oh, Tracy, 11 boys. Boys are a lot easier than 11 girls, though. I'll give you that. You're going to have fun, hon. Have lots and lots of fun. He said too many people are going that don't like him, and he's got to settle his legal stuff. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can kind of get that. Like, if you know a lot of people are going to be there that don't want you there, then maybe you wouldn't have, I don't know. I probably just wouldn't have set something up at all to begin with. You know what I mean?
Like he didn't know that beforehand?
Yeah.
He still went this close to it and decided to cancel. And then he says he doesn't get he already paid for the rental space. And he's going to lose that money, but he doesn't care. Of course he doesn't care, because it probably wasn't his money. It's Bob's money.
His event in August is not a Summer's Day. It's just a party. Okay. Thank you. That makes sense. Because I'm like,
Well,
why
he
would you
did
have
say
a...
they were still going to do for something for summer later, and then that in
Oh, good.
August. So I'm thinking it's one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
I
Tina's
could be
not
wrong.
going now because Dolly's not going. Okay. Cash, I don't know what you were joking about, but if anyone's upset by Cash, don't. Typically, he just jokes all the time. Unless he's serious, and then he's serious. Does Dolly date Bet?
You
I
know the
don't think
difference.
so. Yeah. Sometimes. Sometimes I don't, but I still love him. Oh, wow. Well, is it a scam though if he didn't take up any money? I
No,
wouldn't say it would be a scam if he didn't take up any money. If he took up money and didn't pay it back, yeah, that'd be a scam.
but how disappointing.
Yeah, it is kind of
Like,
sad. I mean, me over here, I've been like, I think anybody doing something, no matter who they are, doing something to honor Summer, and if they're not, making it about them, they're not taking in money for them, those sorts of things, I don't see where that's a bad thing in spreading her name, her story, and honoring her. But if it's not about that, then crud, yeah, it's wrong. So,
right, I agree. And when I said disappointing, I meant for like his subs, his loyal
right.
people, Paper Cut Tina, and Maria G, who I guess paid for Paper Cut Tina to go. Like,
What?
yeah, someone else was footing the bill for her trip.
He also said due to my aunt, oh, his issues in Georgia with what's her face, Leilani, or
Mm-hmm.
no, not Leilani, sorry, Aileen.
Jersey girl. Yeah.
Yeah, Aileen. Yeah, so that is, so it's complete. Roofing nails are a tool for sure. Yeah, it's not his money; it's his subs. Oh, see, I didn't think he took up a donation. I looked it up, and a pavilion is $70 plus a $5 cancellation fee within 8 days. Okay, so he's out $75. Well, that's my question. If he already had this pavilion booked, excuse me, he already had this pavilion booked and paid for, then I don't understand why the rest of the turtles don't go and do Summer's Day.
That's what he acted like was going to happen. That, even Paper Cut Tina can still go.
Gosh.
She's not going to go if you're not going. I mean,
Yes, I saw Tracy's picture of her daughter's graduation. Congratulations. The shelter is only 60. Oh, so he wasn't he was in a shelter. Is that like a pavilion, Nana?
yeah, like
Mhm.
probably just a covered roof, like a normal park.
Maybe. Yeah.
Like little picnic tables and a
Picnic
little
tables
cupboard.
under like a
Yeah.
metal roof. Yeah. Yeah, if he did get donations, it would be a scam, but I don't know. I don't know that he did. Catch up.
I'm sure
Y'all
people
are
super
chatty. I
chatted
love
and
it. Huh?
donated. I'm sure people super chatted for it and donated for whatever wristbands I guess he got, and I don't know what else.
Yeah,
T-shirts.
so Sticky, I agree with Sticky. She says people were sending super chats saying for the Tennessee trip for Summer's Day,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't do a separate fundraiser for it. I say like if he didn't ask for the money, didn't solicit it, but I know a lot of people think, oh well, there's the whole dry begging aspect. I don't know, I didn't see it, but yeah, if he didn't like outright ask for it, I don't know if I would
I
crucify
think I
him
did
over
hear
that.
him say, if you
Yeah.
can't come, that's all right, but we would appreciate you supporting the channel, like something like that. But soliciting, I guess.
Taking
I don't
money
know.
to fight crime. Crime fighter. This is the second time he's been all, give me money, buy soap, so we can find somewhere. Oh.
Mm.
Oh, no. No, he did not do a donation. His subs gave him money because they love him. We don't give two fucks what he does with his money. Once given to him, it's his. And that's a fair point. If he didn't solicit it, then that's on y'all,
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Yeah, I'll look at that later, Lily. Thank you, hon. I will. Did nonsense. She might have. I saw the Cash talking about nonsense docs in uni. He's just being sarcastic, but maybe she sent him a PayPal.
Oh gosh.
I'm not making any assumptions because I don't know what happened, hun. That's why I'm asking.
Was I assuming? I don't know.
Hey, unseen thinkers. Now he's going to make shirts that say "Get out of my bubble." Have you not seen that? Oh my gosh, that was
funny.
something when
Get
he
out
was
my bubble.
he's arguing with that guy in Georgia, and he's confronted. He's like, "Get out of my bubble, man!"
Don't come in my bubble.
Oh, it just made me laugh.
We need the glarer up here to do his impersonation.
He did a good one the other night, him and Valoma at the end of my parody stream, which we're going to do a part 2 since there's like 200 people in here. We will do an episode 2, so please feel free to email me links or put them, tell me where to go in like the comment section or something, and we'll gather a bunch of more parodies and put them together. That was so much fun. I'm so glad. I was starting to feel bad when that happened, and all that laughter was much needed. But Valoma hopped up here as Bullhorn Betty, and then the Glarer hopped up here as Dolly. It was so
Oh my
funny.
gosh.
I might be
I missed it. Were they going at each other?
Yeah, a little bit. He was just like, "You love me, quit this," and she was going hard. It was funny. It was funny.
I have menopause brain. I meant to go watch it the other night. I'm like, nothing's on. I'm gonna go back because I missed it doing something, and I never did. And now you reminded me again. Shame. I'm a bad sub.
He had a bunch. Oh, okay, so who did the clip? And I'll pull that up, Evil Queen. If someone did a clip of why he wasn't going, we'll watch that. I've watched so many clips, like in the past, I don't know, 24 hours, because y'all are right. It is so much easier to keep up with clips than it is to watch these long streams. So I am thankful for all the clip channels. He does have a great one.
Me too, because I just cannot watch Betty anymore. It's been a while now, and I still am not over it. I can't. I've tried just to see what kind of stuff, and even on the clips, I'm watching them, but I got to turn the volume down, and I'm just like, oh.
It's a lot sometimes. Some of them, and especially
so
Betty
much.
going off about this legal stuff with Coburger. I'm like, girl.
I mean, they have so much to clip. How do you choose?
Right. Right. Jenny Genie. I think that is a cute idea. Do a competition where creators and subs submit parody sketches. That'd be funny. She did one, or Heels in the Air. One of them did the clip about Dolly. Hey, Sapito. Love, hun. Haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing great.
Did Heels do a clip about why he's not going?
I don't know. Let me pull her up here
real
quick.
I missed that if she did. I'm missing a lot, but it's, 'tis the season for garden weeding and all kinds of stuff. I'm usually listening, but I'm doing other things, so I don't catch a lot of stuff. And then I'm like, wait, did I hear this?
Yeah,
kind of like you being out of the loop sick. I'm like, wait, what?
Taking care of your property, that takes a lot. When you were doing your nature walk, we got a lot of property to take care of.
We do. And the yard part, which I don't show much of because, it's doxing me in my home, but
Heels didn't.
A lot goes into it. I'm usually done about the time summer is over and have a nice fall cookout get together.
Yeah.
Whole summer,
I'll be ready when. We're always saying that, right? Like, I'll be ready when. Oh, headstones and headlines. She's live now. I guess there's a I-95 collapsed in Philadelphia. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
That's not good. Okay, I don't think it was her either. She's got some clips on Dolly, but it's not about why he's not going to.
Okay. I didn't know someone. I know Jones and did one.
Oh, well, now I should have known. The queen of Dolly Vision clips.
Mm-hmm.
She does a lot of good ones.
As soon as you think, oh, I'm laying off, I'm not going there again, they do something else that just sucks you back in, and you got to talk about it.
Oh, man, hers is like 18 minutes long. Oh, there's Grandma Sherry. Hey, Grandma Sherry.
Grandma.
You there, Grandma?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Morning.
you sound like I got you sick.
I'm
Virtual.
I'm sick of everything.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, that
it was a laugh.
those computer viruses, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, actually I popped. Oh, hang on. Hang on.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Mo, for
Yeah.
joining
Okay.
the Street Gang.
I forgot to pause my YouTube.
Oh, that's okay.
Newbie.
Newbie.
Yes. No, I just popped up to put that in the back chat for Jones, and yeah, it's 18 minutes.
Where we go over trippy true crime.
I hate how it automatically plays. Well, thank you. All right. So let me grab her link, and then we will play a few minutes of this and see what's going on. Okay, she's had it up for 16 hours. I'm sure everybody here is already subbed to Joneson, but if you're not, make sure you go sub, watch the video.
She surprised us. I think it was yesterday, because she did a live, and then at the end she played the video she had.
Did she?
Yeah, ready to go. And I was like, wait, I thought it was over. What's going on?
She just kept playing it. That's cute.
She did it through her live stream at the
Let's
end.
see what we got here.
Crime and the drama that surrounds it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe.
All right, come on now. Let's see what Dolly's excuses are for canceling the event, even though I'm glad it's canceled.
Some of you are already tripping out. No, Dolly, no. Don't cancel the event, okay? Don't cancel the cookout. Guys, I got to cancel it. Got to cancel it. Look, one, the weather is going to be shit, okay? It may rain, it may not rain. And I got all these hating ass people, right?
How you going to say it? May rain, it may not rain, but the weather's going to be shit.
Told you.
And I'm not out of trouble yet, legal trouble. So I don't want to go somewhere, put myself in a situation where you got people heckling me or you got people trying to harass me or any of those things. So I figure it's best for my freedom so I don't snap off on anybody or anything like that, because there's a bunch of shit that's always got to surround the Summer Wells stuff. You know, so apparently there's people out there that's trying to keep Dolly away.
You knew that before you decided to do this. You knew the Summer Wells case is a circus. You knew that.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just at this point over it. I try to do something good for a good reason. And I'm just trying to jumping over hurdles to do it. Okay? Like I don't want to have to kiss ass and, you know, and all these things to try to do something for a decent reason. So
whose ass do you got to kiss? Listen, I'm glad you're not going down there no more. Like, because it seemed a little bit like a cookout and a meet and greet. You know what I'm saying?
Just saying F it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going down to Tennessee and getting myself locked up in jail because somebody said something stupid to me and I slap the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so this just tells me that you have no self-control. Maybe that's why you get in the shit you get into, Dolly. You need to realize that you are in control of yourself unless you're not. Is that what you're saying?
And Dolly can't take a whole bunch of that shit. Just can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't take all that
And you said if somebody says something to you and you slap them, damn, you gonna slap somebody over words? The hell?
crazy stuff, the Don Wells, the people around Don Wells, the whole fucking sideshow circus that it is. Yes, I rented
Which you knew it was beforehand.
$1 million down there. Fuck that money. Okay? They can keep it.
Oh, fuck that money. You know what you could have did with that money? You could have rented a billboard and had them plaster Summer Wells on a billboard on a main highway coming in and out of Hawkins County.
That's true.
It ain't like you was going out there to do something calm and, you know, like maybe light some candles, release some balloons or some butterflies, say a prayer, pass out flyers. No, y'all was for real going down.
I think he was going to release butterflies. I think that was the plan.
It wouldn't have happened.
Let me pause right here. Here is Chronicles link that Skilo said that they did a video too. We probably should have went with that one. It's only 4 minutes long, but we're already into Jonesons a little.
There to party, no matter what you say. Y'all was gonna party, and that's that shit I can't get behind. I supported the calm shit you were gonna try to do. Nah, a meet and greet.
Just upset about that. I know Tina is going down to Tennessee. There's still an event going on in Tennessee. Everything.
So Maria G just paid $700 for Tina to go to Tennessee to meet Dolly, and for the Summer Wells events. And now she's still gonna go just for the Summer Wells event. And I promise you, that's not what Tina cared about.
It's still going down the way it was planned. It's just Dolly ain't gonna be there. Okay. So Tina can go to the event at Warriors Path. It ain't a waste of her trip. She said she wanted to go down there for Summer Wells anyway. And eventually Tina get a chance to meet Dolly. She really wants to meet Dolly and me and PJ anyway. So
Tina, he made sure to throw PJ in there. Oh, he just drew a line in the sand, girlfriend.
I don't want to put myself in a situation to where I could get myself in trouble, right? If I want to go to Tennessee to look for Summer Wells, I'll go to Tennessee when nobody knows I'm going to be in Tennessee, right? Or don't know my location.
That's the way you should do it.
Don't know it. It's too many weirdos on this internet. Okay, There's too many weird, crazy people. There's too much shit. And I'm trying to do all this good shit, and the parents don't want to help out. They don't want to do shit. They got problems with people.
They said that from the beginning.
Being on Ben Hill Road when it's a public fucking street. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
They said they didn't want anybody on Ben Hill Road, period. And yeah, it's a public street, but man, respect their privacy, man. And they told you that from the beginning, so you've been knowing that. You just said fuck what they want, and you was gonna do it anyway.
Right. I got to.
Thank you, Unsupervised Maniacs, for joining the Street Gang. So he knew he was going to go do this thing up on Beach Creek, and he knew they didn't want him to go up on Beach Creek.
Yeah. Apparently.
I know he talks with the well, so
hence why maybe the nail thing.
Okay, this is just my first impression. We're only, from what's been said here, we're only 4 minutes into this. I know that there's the rumors that someone contacted the mayor contacted him, and still kind of waiting for receipts on that. But based on what he said here, it kind of sounds like maybe Dawn reached out to him and said, because he's now back to not liking Dawn.
I actually watched Dolly. Yeah, I don't comment because of my affiliation with the roaches and whatnot. But
you're a roach tamer.
I am. I'm a Fallon. But he was talking that Dawn had given him permission to do the candlelights on Ben Hill Road, and that it sounds like the neighbors were the ones that were threatening nails and tacks and whatnot. I haven't seen that anywhere else but his channel.
Yeah, I don't know what neighbors up there would. The ones that are flat. I don't know. Georgia, she said, I thought people didn't want him out there, and now people mad. I'm not mad he's not going. I wasn't mad that he was either, though. So, I mean.
Well, from what we've learned, I think maybe all of those neighbors, even the ones that we don't know because they don't speak publicly, probably don't want people messing up around over there.
Very possibly.
Period.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Street Gang, Georgia Peach. Sorry, Grandma.
And sorry, squirrel. Oh my goodness. No, we were talking about the neighbors that don't come out and say stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, Cash, that's my real photo. I am a bunny rabbit.
She's really a bunny.
I am. But yeah, I mean, Dawn and Candace aren't even in Tennessee, to my understanding.
Right, they're in Alabama, I believe. Still, well, they were. I don't know if they still are, but they were.
Yeah, and so, the thing is, in my way of thinking,
I don't know, Annie.
You don't cancel butterflies. You send them back. He actually said that on June 15th that he's going to release doves and balloons here in Virginia.
Okay, so not butterfly. Okay, doves and balloons.
Yes.
Y'all know how I feel about the balloon releases, but
how about just the doves?
Yeah, just do the doves.
Yeah, hopefully they're like homing doves.
And hopefully they're not all at one time, doves and balloons, for them to maybe get tangled in, okay?
Right, and cause problems with air traffic control. And, yeah. But,
and I'm telling you what, I used to do it for my son. I used to release balloons, one for every year. Okay. I started with 1, I went to 2, and I'm a horrible person. When I got to teenager, like after 12, I'm like, I can't be doing this. I can't do it
I mean,
anymore.
we did a balloon release for when my after my in-laws passed away, we did a balloon release on her birthday, which was like 4 months later. But I didn't know back then, the damage that it causes. And, you don't know what you don't know. But when you become aware of something and you realize.
Well, I was aware, and we would use the biodegradable whatever balloons.
Yeah.
But then I learned about those too, that takes too long, and animals can still come in contact with them.
They
So I
still
was like, I'm done.
Or they get into the power lines. There's still so much, But I'm not here to be a Debbie Downer and, rain on anyone's parade and say, no, you can't do this. I'm just saying, look up the information on it and then make
a decision.
Yeah.
Okay, and here's something people overlook. The helium that goes in those balloons is not a renewable source.
Exactly.
And helium is used for things like MRIs. So, sometime down the road when we actually run out of helium, unless AI figures out how to make
manufacture
it. I don't know, but by then, we'll have like the Terminator on every corner. But,
we're going to get into that in a minute because I
gosh.
woke up in the middle of the night, couldn't sleep. Queen's on. I mean, she's always on late, but this was like, y'all were up at like 1:32 in the morning and going over AI, robot, alien stuff. And I was like, what are you doing?
Oh my goodness.
Which I don't understand any of it, but I was still desperately trying to educate myself through you guys, and I'm still clueless. Okay.
It is. I've been following it for since before there was AI.
Yeah.
When because way back when I used to do some coding, and this is back in the late 80s.
Oh, so the olden days.
Yes, exactly, when floppy disks were actually floppy.
Right.
But so I've always followed computer stuff, and I'm techie and all that stuff. So yeah, when we get there, woosa. But I am glad that Dolly is doing a meet and greet for his turtles, a turtle gathering down in Virginia Beach. And they're going to have a keg, and they're going to have loud music, and all the fun things for turtles to do.
Yeah. And nobody's
wanted to
attached
do
to it, right? No missing kiddos. It's just their event for them.
Just to have fun, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I'm glad he had a change of heart, but why couldn't he just say, I've had a change of heart. I'm going to cancel this for these, and give us some real reasons. I mean, why can't you do that? You would have so much more respect. I mean, I don't get it.
Well, to him, those could be his reasons why he's not going,
Yeah.
That's what I told Deets in the beginning. I don't know if you caught it. I said, I do believe every reason he gave is a reason for him. I do. But he gave a whole lot of them. Yeah,
and that to me says sus, because when you give me a couple things, I'm not going because of my legal problems. Maybe I can't go out of state yet because I'm still on bond. I don't know. But when you start adding things like the weather, I have to wash my hair.
Not even just the weather, but it may rain or not rain.
Right. The weather, it might rain, it might not. It's probably going to be hot and sticky. I've got an Amazon delivery for that day. I have to wash my hair.
Everybody, there's always a 50% chance of rain every day, right? Like it might rain and it might not rain. Like, I don't know why that one's always.
I mean, there are all things we get invited to that we say, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't make it. I'm just juggling too much right now.
Right.
But these aren't things that we have planned so far in advance and then just decide to be like,
or, Gray and I agree. Or like, we all might have good intentions. Like I might have planned a big, event there at Warriors Park and said, "Hey, everybody, I'm doing this, I'm throwing that, I have these great intentions, get sick, guess what? I'm going to have to cancel." Life happens, people understand that, but it sounds like a lot of different excuses were thrown out.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with the comment from earlier. And you'll have to forgive me because I'm low on bandwidth because I am not feeling well. But when people give creators money, if the creator says it's going towards my this vacation or it's going towards this, I don't know, materials or equipment or whatever, that's up to them. They're all adults, hopefully, and it's their money. And what the creator does with the money is whatever. Because a lot of creators on here are here to make money. That's
Sure.
that's what YouTube promotes itself as.
Right.
And so now if somebody says I'm donating all this money towards a charity and it doesn't happen, then that's like,
Yes.
yeah, that's like DEFCON shambles. We don't want to go there.
We've gone too far.
Yeah.
That's into scam territory.
Yeah.
Sure.
But the thing about this, he could take all that money that he was going to do for Warrior State Park and put it toward the turtle gathering.
True. I'm sure his subs would be okay with that.
Yeah, I'm expecting him to have like steaks.
I mean, if they truly gave it to Dolly just to give to Dolly at his discretion to do what he wanted with it, then that should not be a problem. But if they did give it under Summer's Day,
I'm of the
it's kind of.
mindset. I agree with you. I do agree with you. I'm of the mindset with my own personal giving. So this is
I'm the
just
same way.
me and my personal giving habits is when I make a donation to a charity or to things or to people, even someone on the street. I've done what I've been, called or led to do, what's been placed on my heart to do. What happens with it thereafter isn't any of my business because I did something, that I felt like I was supposed to do in that moment. However,
there are people who don't feel that way.
Right.
Like,
I know that girl's got up here and she spoke on how they busted a scammer who was, intentionally scamming subs for money under the guise of having cancer, and that wasn't true. Then yeah, I'd be like, wait a second, come on now. So I get it. There's an area where it's like, wait, you scammed me. That's wrong. But I don't know. It doesn't sound like that happened in this situation.
No cash, no urine bomb fights. No
urine. What's Cash doing in the? Oh yeah, the one.
Like,
evidently, we were throwing water balloons at old people, and then Kathy pees in balloons, and so now it's turned into a urine bomb.
Sarah said one of the excuses is I can't go on days ending in day.
Right.
You know what I really think happened? I really think either PJ talked to him about it, they had a conversation about it, or he came to it himself. But I really think he thought better of it, which is great. But I think he thought better of it for his own selfish reasons. And that's what I don't like about it. But hey, I'm glad they're not going though. So I'm kind of,
Yeah. And did Tracy Ann Chasing say that nothing is happening?
She said Dolly's. I mean, their event's still going on. She was saying Dolly's. Ann says there's no vehicle tire for $500 each. I know that as a fact because I work for a tire company that sells to auto shops and I did all that. Well, that is not true because the tires of my Yukon XL cost $800 each, and the tires on my husband's car cost, I want to say like $750, maybe.
Are they filled with what are they filling tires with now instead of air?
I think just air.
No, there's special.
Or there's something else.
There is.
Maybe pee, according to Cash. They like people to feel stuff. No, my tires were extreme. Our tires have always been expensive. So I don't know what tire situation you're talking about, though. Cash,
maybe they're filled with helium. I don't know.
helium
Sorry,
in the
Grandma.
tires.
There you go. Yeah, see, there are tires that are over 500, love. I think it just depends on what size, what brand, on-road, off, or street version, off-road. There's so many different things that go into it with tires.
I mean, my poor mama just had to get tires, and she told me what she was quoted, and I said, "Hold up, let me do some research from over here, and I'll call you back." I was like, "How much?" And then I looked at him, and I was like, "That's about right, Mama. Okay, go ahead." I was shocked.
They're filling them with nitro now. Okay.
Yes, something. Yeah.
So we can all be too fast and too furious.
So if they have a green, valve stem cap, they're filled with something else. I think that's what it is.
They're not made of gold. They're just big. Well, the ones on mine are. His are just, everything on that vehicle is expensive. I don't know if people are buying. Okay, let's play a little more of this. We're on a tire tangent.
I know, right? Rabbit trails.
Oh, that's too funny. All right, let's see a little bit more of what's going on.
To the point where, how many hoops am I going to jump through? I'm over it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Cancel it. We'll have our gathering of the turtles this August here, okay? And we'll just have a rager at a campground.
That's what it was going to be at the Summer Wells event, a gathering of the turtles. Man, miss me with that bullshit.
But there's going to be a lot of people out there that Dolly don't probably see eye to eye with, okay? And it don't take but one of them people to say a little bit of slick shit to me, and next thing you know, I'm locked up in Tennessee.
Okay, so nobody can say slick shit to Dolly because he has no self-control. He can't keep his hands to himself. The cluck out of here.
So Hippie says, how does anyone think Brandy Neal would feel about them doing the same for Michael? If you mean do you mean like having a Summer's Day event, or this situation with Dolly, like planning something, then canceling it? Because we do know how she feels, because she did hop up on a panel and share her personal thoughts on Summer's Day, but it was of the Summer's Day that the locals and a couple of YouTubers are helping with. I don't know that she spoke out about Dolly's event.
Yeah, Dolly does. I ain't playing a bunch of shit with people. I'm too old for that little kid shit. That sideshow, freak show that Summer Wells has turned out to be. You can have it. You can have it. You know what I'm saying? You can have that shit. Dolly ain't sweating. Dolly ain't worried about it.
We know. Again, I'm glad you're not going, but I'm still gonna call out the bullshit coming out your mouth.
I hope they find her soon, so I'll never have to step foot back in that fucking part of Tennessee ever again. To be dead honest.
There you go. I believe you right there. I believe you.
That's what I hope. Okay, I'm praying they find her today, tomorrow, the next is something, so I never have to step foot back in Hawkins County, Rogersville, fucking nowhere, ever again. It's like, I don't know. It's a fucking freak show. It's a circus.
You know that.
I'll sell the cotton candy and shit, but I ain't taking part in the circus. I just said, nah, I'm bowing out. There's only 2 rings at the circus now. The 3rd ring bowed the fuck out. I'm like, nah, I ain't doing it. I don't want to end up getting myself in any trouble because you got stupid people doing stupid stuff. You never know who's gonna damn show up. We got weirdos talking about showing up.
I haven't heard anybody say anything about showing up from the roach channels, quote unquote, right? Except for Savage mentioned that she could possibly have your ass served because she's going to know where you're going to be at. I mean, you told the whole fucking internet. So I think that's what this is, because Savage just said that the other night, and then we just talked about it last night on Queens, and how Savage said she was going to have him served while he's at Warriors Park or whatever it's called. I think it's a little bit of the Dawn and Candace shenanigans going on, but I think it's...
Well, Dawn and Candace have not helped at all, have they? Roxanne, who are you talking to, love? I don't know if I missed a conversation in the chat or a back and forth or something.
I love what Joneson is about to say. She has such a talent.
She does. She really does. Good morning, Running Bear. She's really good at this. Someone earlier said we're part of that crew. I don't know what crew. If you haven't heard, me and the Good Nunya, we're still looking for our crew, our people. I think she's taking applications on that, but let's see what she has to say here. I'll go back a few seconds.
About it last night on Queens, and how Savage said she was going to have him served while he's at Warriors Park or whatever it's called. I think it's a little bit of the Dawn and Candace shenanigans going on, but I think it's more so about Savage's processor.
It's got a bunch of stupid shit going on, and I'm like, I'm just trying to do a good thing for a kid. I'm still going to do something for Summer Wells that day. Okay, I'm still going to release the balloons. I'm still going to do all that stuff.
Good. Have a little prayer vigil outside your house or something. Go to a park that's local to you. Have a prayer vigil. Pass out some flyers. I mean, release your balloons. I think that's a great idea.
Just be virtually with you guys here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting caught up with any of those fucking clowns down there in Tennessee.
And see, that's why I think it's more about Savage's processor, because he's been knowing the people that are supposedly going down there. He's been knowing the groups that were going to be having events down there. And then suddenly it's like, oh no, I don't want to go down there and cluck and mess around with, the circus and people showing up. It's just my opinion. It's my opinion. Allegedly, I think it's because Savage was going to have his ass served.
Reason whatsoever. When I sat there and thought about it last night, I was like, yeah, this ain't happening.
Yeah, it ain't worth it, because what you going to do at a park? You cannot answer your door at home. What are you going to do at the park? You going to run? You going to run and jump in a lake and swim away to the other side? It's not worth it, huh?
I'm not giving people opportunity to come and harass me in an open space like that. I'd rather have my stuff under my circumstances to where when I'm like, yo, you fucking ass, and you ain't, that type of thing. I know some people it sucks for it, and some of you guys are really looking forward to meeting Dolly, and that's perfectly fine. You'll get a chance one day to meet me, okay?
I thought it wasn't a meet and greet, bruh.
Yeah.
What? Did he just cluck and say that? I thought it wasn't a meet and greet, bruh. And here comes PJ. This was never a Meet Dolly event. Yes, the fuck it was. He just said that. Summer Moon, Utah Wells is what the day is about, y'all.
Well,
Dolly not coming sucks, but was never the main event. Yes, the fuck it was.
He didn't say it was specifically a meet and greet. He said that people were coming to meet him, which, in my opinion, if your intentions were to come just to meet Dolly, then your intentions weren't in the right space. That's just my observation. Like, you should have been going with the intentions of making it about Summer.
You hear this noise? I have to bounce, but thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Rain. Oh, you're fine, hippie. You're fine. I was just confused on your question. But I understood. I highlighted your response earlier, and that makes sense. You were just talking about that one event. You don't have to keep your mouth shut at all. We take all kinds of kinds. I know there's some, Dolly mods in here. There's some Betty mods in here. It's okay. Releasing blooms is a terrible. It is. It's a great sentiment. I've actually seen this new thing that they're doing. Because I kind of in the industry, like where they do what's it called, like a stabilized balloon release, where the balloons are all tethered together, and then they're tethered to like a long rope or cord of some kind, and they release it up into the air. I've seen it at funerals actually, where they do like balloons in the shape of a giant cross with like a tail on it and let it up in the air, but then they're able to pull it back down. I have seen people do that.
Oh, that's
I
weird.
feel like that's a lot of work for the outcome, but
yeah, but that seems to be more responsible, right?
it is.
Neener Cash, I'm still here.
What did you say?
Bye, Grain. Sorry.
You're fine.
I didn't say bye.
It is.
Yeah, I think we all get revved up about Summer.
It shouldn't have been a meet and greet for anyone. I agree, Sassy. Like, that should not have been anyone's intentions of going and doing anything.
It was about that little girl anyway, to me. And with all this fuck shit going on, people made it.
It might have been about Summer Wells to Dolly, but it was not about Summer Wells to the Turtles. The Turtles was wanting to meet there. Turtle Pete, that's pathetic, man. I'm sorry. That's just so pathetic. Y'all, the Turtles wasn't coming down there for Summer Wells. They was coming to meet Turtle King. The fuck?
Other things, they can have it. Okay, you can have it. Now they ain't forced to do nothing. They ain't got to do nothing. They ain't got to try. I don't got to do any of that. I did that. I was doing that because I had the kindness in my heart. Fuck that place and fuck all the weirdos. All right, every last weirdo that's doing weirdo shit, fuck your face. Okay.
Weirdo shit, aka serving.
All right. It sounds like someone has contacted him about something for sure, just on his reactions alone. Talking about weirdos and things like that. Then he is very upset about something there. You could tell.
And his bitch ass.
I think me being there may cause drama or a scene or something of that nature because of other people.
No
and
shit.
I'd rather not go to jail, and I'd rather not do that to the other people putting things on out there. Because it wouldn't be on my end.
I can respect that part. You not wanting your presence to disturb the other people's events. I can get that part. I can get behind that.
How stupid people are. I have zero tolerance. I don't put up with a bunch of shit. We can't really control who's at a park. Okay.
He don't want that process server. He doesn't want that process server being able to come to the event.
Anybody could be at a park. Which leaves a lot of fucking weirdos that like to harass Dolly. Okay? Don't really want to go to jail, and I don't really want to have to slap shit on nobody.
Lack of self-control. Bruh. What? Why do you feel like you need to put your hands on folks? The only way I would put my hands on folks, no matter how mad I get, was if they put their hands on me first.
Yeah.
Like, why do you feel like, what? I'm so confused. No self-control. No self-control. No accountability. Come on, man.
So, to avoid that, we cancel it. You guys,
I'm glad for that. I'm glad. If you can't have self-control and carry yourself like a proper human being with some sort of moral compass, then your ass needed to cancel it. And I'm glad you did.
If you're going to be in Tennessee that day and you was hoping to meet Dolly, hit me up. You never know where I'll be. Okay?
Is that like saying he's still going?
He just said he wasn't going, but now he's saying he might be going. Or he might be in the area.
But what I'm saying is this. I ain't doing Tennessee shit, okay? I'm not giving people the opportunity to like make me lose my cool, okay? Because they're stupid. And one, I'm still not out of legal trouble yet. Once I'm out of legal trouble, it'd be a different scenario. But right now, I don't think it's a smart move. So, and you see how that went. They were sending fucking clowns down there. They were sending people there. It's weird when, you know, these weird haters know where you're at and your locations and things like this. We're going to do our stuff. We're just going to do it where they can't fuck it up, okay? I already know the location, everything, what we're going to do to gather the turtles. I can tell you now, it's in the end of August. But in August, you guys get ready to take a trip to Virginia Beach, all right, for the weekend.
Okay, I thought he was saying that he was going to do something in Tennessee, but he's just saying a gathering in August. Gotcha.
Well, I kind of took that as being he was going somewhere in Tennessee, just not Rogersville. You know, just not the state park.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. There's
a lot being thrown out at one time, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, there's kind of a riptide of things with most of these people. You know, they call it word salad. Because there's so many intricate things that we're talking about and things slipped in, and that, you know, it kind of gets us confused.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I just think, though, honestly, and it's not like in defense of Dolly, but I don't think anybody should be going to something that's, you know, deemed a Summer Wells event, whether we perceive it to be such or not, and causing chaos. I don't think anyone should do that. I remember last year when Jody Sue Brown threatened to drive by and blare music and all those things. I thought that was wrong. And so I think anyone, if they were going to go and cause a disruption during an event held in a missing child's honor, should probably take a step back, think about it for a second. You know, there are other ways to contact people, get in touch with them outside of that event or whatever you need to do. But I can barely understand what he's saying.
Yeah, I don't know. When I moved to Virginia, I needed a translator.
Didn't you?
Yeah, I moved from California to Central Virginia, which is, I mean, Dolly lives in an area that's kind of cityfied. Where I moved to was like where the Waltons were, you know, and literally like a year, I'd just smile and through my teeth say, "What did they say?"
Yeah, there's some accidents. I read the word accident.
Oh.
Some accents in the country that absolutely are confusing and hard to get. There's some Cajun ones that are, whew. Continuously biased said he said they will plan an event in Virginia Beach near him. Yes. At a late, but that's just going to be a meet and greet. Whatever, that's fine. A lot of creators on here do planned meet and greets. If that's what you choose to do, that's cool. It's not in anyone's name or anything like that. Thank you for the donation, love. I do too, Toaster Oven. I wonder what was said to the mayor and the mayor kind of seems like a weird person, in my opinion, to reach out to someone. It feels like if something was shared with the mayor would probably contact law enforcement, and then law enforcement would do something. But again, those parts were just rumors, so who knows? They take in the soap and don't send or take in the money and don't send the soap. After 2 months, PayPal refunded me. Then I got a bar in the... Oh.
Ew.
I hope you have proof of that claim.
Yeah.
Look.
Not like I'd really want to see it, but oh my God, there's like rumors.
Yeah. Ugh. True Texan said, I think anyone that would go there to cause issues for Dolly, Wells family, or any YouTubers. I agree. It would be go in real life. And I can see if someone wanted to serve someone and they're like, oh, I know where he's going to be. I'll go serve him there. I would hope that they would not do it at an event like that.
I've seen someone served in the doctor's office.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird as heck. I was in the waiting room.
Yeah.
And they came up and said, hey, are you
Are you
Dolly
so?
Vision? And,
Yeah. I've seen people served in some weird spots too. And I was like, oh, wow. They find them everywhere. Claire, good morning. He says maybe realize why Ellie isn't holding a presser this year and followed their example. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Virginia. I have some really sweet friends from Virginia. Cash. I don't know what this is about. So Barbie set up a festival and took money and canceled. Very confuddled.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that he took the money, but yes, he set up a festival and canceled. Yeah, I do too. I think that the mayor would have a lot bigger issues. That's why I think that the mayor would have passed it on to law enforcement. He wouldn't have done something himself. But that, again, is just my opinion. Nana, who lives there, says, I don't think the mayor contacted anyone. I think a meet and greet with Dolly would be educational. Some type of educational, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, I don't really see a mayor picking up a phone and calling a YouTube creator saying, we don't want you here in our area.
Yeah, that's not really a mayor's gig, you know?
Yeah, and, how does he get Dolly's phone number unless he watches the show and does the call-in? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Oh, well, those were some claims, Charnel. Sorry that happened to you. Ugh.
Yeah.
I think she has every right to serve him. That's not what I'm saying. Because I don't know why she's serving him, but she does have every right to serve him. I would just hope that she wouldn't do it like in the midst of an event that's for a missing child. Maybe wait and catch him leaving or something, not like, in the middle of the event. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I haven't heard that either, but I've been away. So, the mayor of the Lollipop Guild. AOL. That's going back to Grandma Sherry and her floppy disk.
Yeah.
Not the mayor, local law enforcement. You think they contacted him? It's possible. I heard the mayor, but law enforcement would make more sense to me. It really would. It could have been Jody Sue. People do call her the mayor of Beach Creek, which is just a joke, but it could have been her that reached out and said, hey, I want you here. Oh my gosh.
Jen, what is the name? Maria paid for Tina's plane tickets.
Really?
Her trip, yeah.
Now, and she's still going?
The last I heard, yes. I saw in some comments that she's not going. I do know for certain that Betty canceled her plans to go down there.
I got an email about that, but they
Yeah.
didn't put a link in there, so I didn't go and see it or a timestamp. But she canceled what, on a live?
Yeah. Canceled her reservations. So yeah, I don't know, but
I was gonna see if I could find. I'm kind of over talking about Dolly. His event's canceled. Okay. I get a little bored easily, but so I saw where Betty was saying the stuff about the Constitution. Did you hear that?
About the constitutional lawyers and not get a local one. Is that what you're talking
Yes.
about? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I thought I saw it on a clip. I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick about the freedom of the press. And that's what triggered me thinking about things. Let's see. Where she was talking about like the rights of the press. And I think she's just we all know she's confused on the Constitution. She might have parts of it understood, but other parts, I don't think she fully gets it.
Okay, so chat is saying that Tina said last night she's not going because she was getting death threats.
Oh my gosh, I really hope that that's not the case.
Yeah, people, grow up. Grow up. You don't make death threats on someone who's going to Tennessee.
No, please don't make death threats on anyone.
Yeah, well, no, I'm sorry. Squirrel, I was sidetracked. But yeah, the constitutional lawyers, because she wants it to go to the Supreme Court.
Why is Lori Reese linked in the description? In my description?
Is it?
I don't know. Let me check. I don't think I have Lori Reese linked in the description. Oh, not me. I don't even know who Lori Reese is.
Neither do I. I don't see it linked here. Drama clips, Chroma community.
I don't know what's going on.
No.
What do we got here? Oh, wait. I got an email. What's this thing? Okay, I'll share that at the end. No one sent. I hope they didn't. Yeah. I hope they didn't.
Yeah, I was just reading that. And I have a theory. I hope we talk about aliens and AI soon. But I have a theory that people on YouTube, creators on YouTube, know that there are trigger words that get us all riled up and get us all invested into what's going on. Things like docs. I hate that word now.
Right.
My children. Docs, my children. Let's add it all together.
My kids this, my kids that, yeah.
Things like death threats. Like CPS and I'm going real life. And all of those things are just terror words on the YouTube streets. Potato is another one, Cash, yes. And, it's overused. And I think that people getting death threats because of this, that, or the other thing, I believe that does happen because it happened to Gray Hughes. And it's just stupid stuff. But yeah, I don't know that she actually got death threats.
I hope she didn't, because that would be horrible. Okay, I keep seeing, I did see about the bridge collapse. Let me just show you. This is just a little 40-second clip here. This is crazy. Look at that. A fire truck caused it? Wow. Wait, did I read that wrong? A truck fire. I said fire truck. I'm like, wait, that doesn't sound right. A truck fire.
You had all the right words.
I know. They were just backwards. Wow.
So a truck fire underneath?
I don't know. I would think that it would take a lot to cause a bridge to, like, a lot more than just a truck fire. But no. Okay, here it says a tanker fire underneath.
Okay.
I could see that happening.
Yeah, because our infrastructure sucks.
With breaking news on I-95. Part of 95 has collapsed between exit 32 and exit 30. That's Academy and Cotman. You can see the huge plumes of smoke and flames right here. We're being told a tractor trailer caught on fire, and that may have caused the collapse. All lanes are closed, and we're working to get a crew to the scene. We will bring you the very latest updates as soon as new information comes in. But once again, all lanes of I-95
that's gonna
closed after a tractor trailer fire and partial collapse between exits 32 and 30.
Oh, that one's horrible.
Yeah, and It's bad to see in a video, but I went to San Mateo, San Francisco area, and after the 1994 earthquake that killed 57 people, part of the San Mateo Bridge freeway thing collapsed and smashed cars that they weren't able to get out till weeks and weeks later.
Yeah, that was.
Hi, it's me, Grandma Sherry. Hope.
Yes, I was actually going to talk about that. The aliens that landed in the backyard.
Backyard
Oh
aliens.
my gosh.
Yeah.
But the I don't know if anyone had a clip on Betty talking about the Constitution. I actually just listened to a small portion of her. Maybe it was a clip, maybe it was a small portion of her live. But she was
Which
going
Emmy
on
has it?
and on about the freedom of the press and what they can and cannot keep from the people, like what the courts can't keep from the people as it pertains to this, trial.
Right.
And one of her arguments that I heard, and again, I don't remember if it was from her, that was in Philadelphia, Cepito. One of the things that I heard was, man, I just had total brain fog there for a second.
Welcome to my
They
world.
can't stop, the courts can't stop the press from sharing out the information, what they want to share. And that, yeah, she's true. You can't, our Constitution protects the press from saying what they want to say to a certain degree, but how they obtain that information, however, can be controlled. A court, local laws, that jurisdiction even, they can have things set up that keep people from obtaining things from these trials. I don't think she understands that.
Well, and this whole thing always makes me think of the movie. I'm a bunny. I'm a bunny. Yeah. Makes me think of the movie The Men in Black. The first one, right? Will Smith asks, well, if all this is going on, then why don't we just tell people? People are smart. And the response to that is a person is smart, but people are
not. Yeah.
Yes. And that's the whole point here is we're not really as press or as YouTube watchers or true crime enthusiasts or whatever. They don't owe us anything.
No.
Freedom of the press basically says that, the state is not going to tell broadcasters or print media or whatever. They're not going to dictate what can and cannot be printed like in Russia and China. Freedom of the press does not mean to run rampant and interview everybody on the planet and leak all the evidence and all that other stuff. So I think
right. It's like I said, it's the way that you obtain the information that can be controlled. It absolutely can, based on our, state laws, local laws, jurisdictions, and things like that. And that is completely different from what freedom of the press means. And I just think she was really struggling with that one because, and we hear her say that all the time with the another thing that she loves to stand on the First Amendment is freedom of speech. But freedom of speech doesn't necessarily mean that you get to say whatever you want, whenever you want, wherever you want. That's not what that's for or what that's about.
Exactly. You can't yell fire in a crowded theater.
Well, you could, but you're going to find out what happens.
Yes, that is actually a law against that. So freedom, and I don't know. I'm not a constitutional scholar or anything like that. But people tend to shop for what they want to see. It's a confirmation bias. So if you read something and you have a line of thinking that you want to confirm, then you're going to read into that, yes, see, it supports what I'm saying. But you have to take the entire context of not just like the First Amendment, but you have to take the entire context of what was happening with the Constitution and then the amendments and the Bill of Rights and all that stuff to see what the overarching idea was, what concept they had. And that was to separate out church and state because they didn't like King George, who was head of the Church of England. And, basically what he said went. They didn't like that, and they wanted it to be governed by the people. Oh, True Crime Dime, I love her.
I know, she sent me some things. I'll share them out at the end. True Crime Dime. Thank you, hon.
Yeah.
It did look, yeah, I was just looking up where, hey, Nikki, where the bridge collapse happened. And yeah, that's going to affect the whole East Coast for definitely today, but for a while. Some big detours happening there. That's going to be a nightmare.
Yes. I don't think our interstates and our freeways and all that stuff have been updated since like Eisenhower put them together.
Yeah, our infrastructure is very lacking in some areas.
Yes. I've seen some really pretty aerial shots of freeway interchanges, and they have all these circles and all this stuff, and it just looks like a spirograph. But
yeah. It's not freedom of consequences of said speech. Very true. Runs with scissors.
Bing, bing, bing. Exactly.
Very, very true.
10 gifted memberships from Virginia.
Oh, well, thank you, Virginia. I can't see that on here, but thank you so much for all those and for everyone who got a membership.
Yay. Thank you.
You can say nearly any fool thing you want, but there are potential consequences that aren't dictated by law. Mm-hmm. It just depends. So when I'm saying, like, she stands on freedom of the speech, she does so in like, when she's down in Georgia saying the First Amendment protects her right to stand there on that street and yell with a bullhorn. No, it doesn't, because there are local laws. It's her right to do something and the ability to do it, or that's not even the right words I'm looking for.
Well, at the very least, I would think there are noise ordinances.
Right. They had, and that was one thing I saw where she was talking about, like, the police chief in Chatham County, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saying that a lawsuit could happen against him for the actions that he did. No, not necessarily, because when he didn't, I heard them both previously say that, oh, he made up these 2 new laws. No, those laws were already on the books. He just allowed them to not enforce them for a while, but then when things were starting to get out of hand, he's like, all right, we already have these 2 laws on the books. We're going to enforce these ordinances. And that's not hindering on anybody's constitutional rights.
Exactly, because there are local and state laws
Mm-hmm.
that we have to abide by. We're not free. I'm sorry, this is weird, but we're not a free people. We are regulated on everything, and whether it's actual legislation, laws that are on the books that we can be arrested for and imprisoned for, or whether it's social mores and all that other stuff that are imposed upon us. And and then our finances, we don't own anything. I don't own a house. I don't own the land. Even if you do, it's paid off and it was handed down from your grandfather 300 years ago. You're still paying taxes on that thing. Find out what happens if you don't pay the taxes.
Yeah, they'll take it from you.
Mm-hmm.
I like to believe that we have a lot of freedoms. Oh, we're definitely still the most free country in the world. As it pertains to all things. I remember Molly going off once about leaving our country, and I'm like, okay, go find a more free one. Tell me how that is. Tell me which one it is.
Yeah, I mean, the point being, we're free when we consider things like maybe China, where they have all the face recognition and they have the social scoring, and you can't buy first class tickets if you have a low social score, that sort of thing. Yes, we are free, but I'm saying that we're not free to run rampant and do whatever we feel like doing.
Right. Right. We still have to follow the law. We absolutely do. And thank you, True Crime Time. You got my head back on track. Yes. She wants this, she doesn't understand this gag order and that the families, it's not on the families. The gag order isn't on the families. The families aren't a part of the case. They're free to say whatever they want. But their lawyer wants to give information that is from inside of some of those statements. And that's what the court is trying to stop so that Koberger can get a free trial. And whether she likes it or not, Koberger does still have rights. He still has some rights, and he has the right to a fair trial. And if this is the way that his lawyer thinks that he can possibly obtain a fair trial, and it sounds like they're trying to follow legal means to make that happen. Hey, Nikki.
Yes, exactly. And this thing had blown up for way before Koberger was arrested. You know, my goodness.
She hates Chief Hadley. Hates Chief Hadley with a passion. She'll just randomly throw him into conversations and how she can, I could still go back and do this and that. It's because he came out there and enforced a couple of their local ordinances and it shut down what they were doing essentially. He didn't do anything wrong. He handled Quentin's case very well. Very well. They quickly gathered the evidence that they needed to determine that Quentin was in the landfill, quickly started that huge, massive scale search in the landfill to find him, quickly named a suspect. How often do we have cases where we don't even get a named suspect?
Mm-hmm.
Quickly named Leilani a suspect the day before or the day of that they got down there, and continued to gather information that led to an arrest within, 6 weeks. I don't even think it was that long. No, he did a fabulous job. Him and the other agencies working on it did an amazing job. One of the best that we've seen in a case like that in a long time.
Yes. Yes.
But some law enforcement officers arrested a kid for doing a handstand in the middle of the street after an officer told him not to. And so that's why she's mad. Big mad. And she wanted Leilani arrested when she wanted Leilani arrested, not when they had the probable cause to do so, but when Betty wanted it done.
Yeah, and that's not fair to Leilani. That's not fair to the justice system.
It's not fair to Quentin.
Right. If we just go out and arrest everybody we think is guilty, now granted, a lot of true crime, sleuths and whatnot can kind of point out the red flags and the sus person, and then we get this idea that, see, I was right. They should have arrested her way before. No, they have to build a case because everybody has the right to a speedy trial. Once you're accused of a crime, unless you waive that right, then the prosecution has so many days after that in which to bring it to a trial and present all that evidence. So we have to realize that it takes a long time to get evidence that's strong enough to not only indict somebody, but to convict them. And that's, I think, what we're overlooking sometimes, is that the police aren't being stupid. They were watching Brian Koberger in Pennsylvania, so he didn't run off, but we have to realize that they have to have enough evidence to convict somebody.
They do. They have to have a probable cause. They can't just, and if you go and arrest her because, she has 2 probation violations, then that can lead to other things getting thrown out that they wanted to keep in.
Exactly. And it always surprises me that some things the courts will throw out because the defense says, whatever reason, that I've looked at and said, oh my God, that's a huge piece of evidence. Why would they throw that out? But, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge.
Yeah. Yeah. And, there's so many things that we think, this is going to I remember from watching Gannon's trial, like and doing the tiny bit of research I did on that beforehand, that like they thought was going to be thrown in, or watching, the Glare and Tracy talk about it, they thought this would be presented, and it wasn't. So it's very interesting, like what we think is important evidence ends up not being used in a trial at all sometimes. So
Yeah. So my way of thinking is
that
if
is
they can convict the bad person, the person who is actually guilty, yay. But I don't want some sort of, what is it called, a kangaroo court or something
Mhm.
where we just throw things together because somebody wants to do something quickly, and then either the guilty person gets off, Casey Anthony, Casey Anthony, or that we convict somebody who's innocent because of circumstantial stuff. So there's a fine line
Right.
that we need to look at.
And Evil Queen, you're absolutely right. You can sit there and blame law enforcement all they want, but they're acting under the DA, and they'll take this to them and say, "Okay, this is what we have. Is it enough?" And they might say, "No, we need more.
Hmm.
We need
Right.
something more concrete, because if I take this to court, it doesn't have a leg to stand on. So go out and get me more evidence." Could have been the DA saying, "Okay, don't arrest her on the, probation charges, because we want to nail her to the wall for this." So many things that go into it. You're absolutely right. And I agree that if it were her or JLR or even Dolly getting arrested, you hear her going off about the right to due process.
Yes, that's the other side of the hypocrisy.
Yeah,
I
exactly,
I love it.
Marilyn.
Let's flip it. Is it heads or
Mhm.
is it tails?
Right. Spivey, I agree completely. The right afforded to the accused is part of what makes our system great.
Yes.
Because even though um, the Koberger might not be innocent in the court of Bullhorn Betty, he's still technically innocent in the court of law until he is found guilty.
Exactly.
He is. They do. The wheels of justice, they go slow. And Skilo was talking earlier and about the media case that it took them, what'd she say, like 5 or some years to get some, you know, where'd it go? From up in Maryland to get it passed through the court system. So this whole like freedom of press, it doesn't, you hear the words, you know, the freedom of press, that doesn't mean everything that has to do with the press is, a free for all. And I think that's kind of how she interprets it. I was lucky to assist in a 5-year legal battle, which ended up overturning the Maryland broadcast ban. It took about 20 lawyers and tireless work. I can't say that name, so I'm not going to. Yeah. So it took a while to get that, because they had a law like you couldn't share, what was it, audio, video from court proceedings. Is that what it was? Yeah. And every state's different. That's another thing. You might be able to be a paralegal in Florida, but that doesn't mean you understand everything that's happening in Idaho's court systems.
Well, you know what? I watched a documentary one time on Netflix, and does that make me a lawyer? Because it
Yeah,
was lawyery stuff.
it does. It
Yeah.
does.
And then in my AA classes, I had like, I don't know, probably a good 4 or 5 hours of paralegal stuff. So
Squid, I've seen that documentary, and that is a very good documentary. It is.
yes. Oh my
About convicting people for, yeah. And Blank Screen was at the interview with Stuffers. It wasn't very good. Oh,
God.
she is a lawyer. Maybe I'll hire her for any of. I'm gonna let my husband know we can take our lawyer off retainer. We'll just put Betty on retainer. That'll be great, right? Whew.
Well, only if you want it to go to the Supreme Court.
Oh, okay.
Just keep that
That's
in
what
mind.
it is.
Yes.
Hey, lip plug. That's what it is.
I was kidding, Vic. It wasn't a documentary. Oh, you're talking about the 13.
Yeah. I'll see if I can.
What was it called? Fear of.
It was on Netflix, I do believe. I think it's just called 13th documentary. Reflections on the 13th
Mm.
is the name of it. And then I think that was like wait. No. It's just 13th. Sorry, there was 2 here. It's just 13th. On Netflix, you just look up 13th, and it has like a black flag with a prisoner walking through the flag. But it is a very good documentary. Very interesting. When it comes to freedom of press, they look more to political escapades and fighting words where adequate. Yes,
That's a good comment.
it is. It is a good one.
Well, and I think that I'm trying to think of the word sensationalist journalism, like the National Enquirer.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody remember the National
I
Enquirer?
do remember. Well, I don't remember the National Enquirer, but there was a couple of them at like the checkout lane when I was a kid with my mom. Like those magazines.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
the
Yeah.
ones that had like the really poorly photoshopped, well, it wasn't photoshopped
Yeah.
back then, but the really bad, Nancy Reagan had an alien baby, here's proof,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
sort of thing. Yeah, I think that some people have that same mentality. It's a TMZ, National Enquirer sort of thing, and they think that's journalism. But, here on YouTube, that translates into clickbait.
Mm-hmm.
Star Magazine, that's a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Rag mags.
Rag mags.
Yeah.
So Notre Dame, yeah. She said, I lived in Canada and my neighbor was abducted and killed, and Canada put a total blackout on any and all publications by press about any part of the crime and case. I was looking at a missing persons case that someone had sent me from Canada just a month ago. Well, they just sent it to me last week, but the person went missing a month ago. They won't even release their name in the media over there. They release a picture, maybe a first name. Yeah, because I think Nathan was on there, but they won't release like his last name, anything like that, because there's a lot of different things in different countries, and that was one of them. Is you can share his picture and his first name, but you couldn't share like where he lived, any of that stuff. It was kind of bizarre. Like, how do you want to get this person found? But
What do you think about that? I mean, if they're found, if they've already been found unalive, then yeah, I can see holding stuff like
yeah,
the Henrietta case in Oklahoma.
right. So something dropped recently while I was sick about, and I haven't read through the documents, but I saw a couple clips on what was released. Is that what you're going to mention?
Yeah.
I think the fact that the medical examiner gave those reports to media before the family is heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
Completely heartbreaking.
It is, yeah.
But I don't know all the circumstances surrounding it. Was a FOIA put in and the Emmy's office was just filling the FOIAs as, it became available to release? I don't know. But I could see where you're not going to have that situation in Canada because that information's not getting released, period.
Right. So, is that a great idea, or do we have a right to know, or is it in the public's best interest of putting all that stuff out there?
I think there has to be, well, there is a line, right, of sharing too much information with the public versus not enough. Like, how are you going to try to help find someone if all you have is their first name and maybe a picture? But then again, they're not asking the public to sleuth and do detective work. They're just saying, if you see this individual, contact us.
Yeah, Notre Dame 97 said this case was a serial error and nothing could be released. It was terrifying to live through because he kept committing crimes and the public was in the dark.
Okay, see that I don't agree with that. Like, how they need to protect themselves. Have fun with that, Sarah. Me. Bye, love. Oh, wow.
Alien Bible found.
just reading that.
They worship Oprah.
Hey, Bieber. Oh my gosh. We're just kind of chit-chatting and going through some of the things that I have missed around these streets. I'm going to share this with you guys. I'm sure most of you have seen it already, but this cracked me up. This is Menace to Sobriety.
I love Menace.
I know. They're so funny.
It's got this kind of dark, weird humor. I love this.
He's so good at what he does, too.
Mm-hmm.
Here is the link. Go watch it. I did find out you have to watch something for 30 seconds for it to count as a view. So go watch them for no less than 30 seconds. Although I could watch this one over and over.
I have watched it over and over.
I hit the like on my phone, but now we got it on my computer too.
Okay.
Now, our feature presentation.
Okay, now that was some intro. Like some up, and you feel like you're getting ready to watch a real movie there, right?
You know, like Star Wars or something. Woo.
Yes, popcorn, drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that is something.
Let's go out to the lobby.
I volunteer as tributes. These humans are crazy. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you for hitting the like here. Okay, we'll get back into it. Just wanted to do a pause. But man, that is some intro.
It is the police call everybody will be talking about. Thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Denise Valdez.
I'm Brian Loftus. A family says something crashed into their backyard, prompting them to call 911, saying they saw creatures walking around.
Several agencies believe something landed or crashed. You'll see the officers also saw something in the sky that night, but the big question is, what was it, and is it all connected?
Leave her alone.
It's almost midnight on May 1st when a Las Vegas Metro police officer's body cam catches this, something flashing low in the sky.
911 emergency.
Minutes later,
there's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us.
What'd you see?
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious.
Police walk into the backyard to investigate, but Metro blacked out that part of the video because it's considered private property. What's clear, they're taking this call seriously.
Now, thankfully, I've got some experience on redacting images and video from my time spent in the YBI.
Oh, YBI.
So I've pulled the file and went to work on it, starting with a still image here. First, we have to pull that top black layer off. Once we've removed that, then we can use Adobe's advanced AI to rebuild and repixelate the original compromised data. Now we'll have the AI start to clear it up, and if all goes well here, we'll start to see the original image. Okay, we'll just sharpen it up a bit more here. Now, have the AI reconstruct the pixels in a way that renders the image as close to the original as possible. Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Well, this explains a lot. We've just solved 2 mysteries in one fell swoop.
Oh, snap.
We can see the alien, and we now know what the problem is with the tragedy pimps and why they're so bizarre in their coverage of cases. They're not human. So let's just listen to the 911 call here because it's pretty interesting.
Listen to their call for help.
There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually we're terrified of it.
So there's two people or two subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it. And big mouth.
Big mouth.
They're shiny eyes and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
Okay.
Now, we've been in contact with the family in that video, and as you heard in that 911 call, they seem very reasonable and honestly quite scared as you heard them in the call. No, they don't seem impaired in any way. And whatever crashed by the time that police got there was gone, but sources say that there's really no dispute. Something was in their yard. Exactly what? We do not know.
That's just too funny. Big mouth's all right. Yep, that's what I was thinking. I do too. I love how he just pops up there. That is so good. Make sure you go sub up to Menace. It's just too much. But I know the build-up was great. Hey, Crystal. So the report that Menace is using in this is a real one. Did you see that, Grandma Sherry?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But you know me in my tinfoil hat. I mean, Grandma's bored. So yeah, I've watched all the TikToks. I've read all the Reddits. I've done all the things.
No, I don't ever do. So you believe in it? Who believes in aliens? That's what I'm curious about. Do we have a lot of people that believe that those were actually aliens? I mean, not the picture of Betty and JLR, but in the real report that aliens crashed into this family's backyard?
I think that our little solar system, our little universe is so huge. We don't even know our own neighborhood as far as cosmic understanding. Alieno in the Yardo. So there are billions of other stars and whatnot. So I think it's a little prideful to think that we're the only intelligent species, because honestly, I don't think that humans are intelligent. We won't go there. But
the cop did see a flash, and it was caught on the cop's body cam.
Yeah.
There was like a green flash that went through. Didn't necessarily see any aliens, but yes, the law enforcement officer recorded the crash.
Yeah, and the thing is that, we've had the idea of aliens and all that stuff all the way back to War of the Worlds. Was it H.G. Wells? Anyway.
Yeah.
And people freaked out because they didn't catch the beginning of the radio broadcast where it said this is, a fictional teleplay or, radio play, and this is not happening. So people thought it was actually happening and freaked out because they thought aliens had attacked. And so we've had this coming for a long, long time. But the conspiracy theory out there is, have they been spoon feeding us information, like the recent whistleblower from NASA?
Right.
Have they been spoon feeding us these things and getting us used to it by movies like Terminator and iRobot and, Alien and whatever else, all the things, all the alien things, because they're about to spring it on us because we're all like frogs in boiling water. That they're just trying to prime us.
So we have a pretty mixed, gambit of people either believing them, don't believe them, believe in other life forms being out there, but they're not here. they exist, but not, things like that.
Desensitize. Good word. Good word.
Desensitize. Yeah,
Desensitize us. Yeah.
they're coming to save us from our governments, apparently. I don't know. I personally don't believe in aliens. I don't.
It could
At
have been.
least
Yeah.
not what has been presented to us thus far. I don't. I feel like I'm with what was it? Someone said, why hasn't anyone gotten like actual proof? And I'm not talking some grainy image or things like that, but who knows?
Okay, and here's the thing, because I was watching Angel's TikTok, the big long one,
Mm-hmm.
and he's the guy that was working on the truck and was in the backyard and whatnot. He said that when they first landed, everything was all blurry and he couldn't see. It wasn't his eyes; it was like it was cloaked or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that disappeared, and he actually saw the entity, that he was frozen. And he couldn't move for a few seconds.
Right.
What's curious to me is that evidently one of these aliens got into the forklift or the backhoe or whatever it was there on the property, got into the driver's seat and tried to jack it. They were going to make a run for it in the forklift, but he didn't have time to film any of that, or maybe he did.
Well, it kind of goes with so around here, Sasquatches are very, we have like people go around and put these little like metal Sasquatch markers all over, and it's just kind of like a game they play and stuff, and Bigfoot sightings and things like that. And I don't believe in Bigfoot, but I think it's just fun, and I think people probably have seen something, but I don't know that it's a Bigfoot. So I don't know. And I'm all into I like looking up conspiracies and looking into conspiracies and things like that. I've heard that aliens have bad breath. But I just I haven't seen enough proof, but I agree that I don't know, there might be something else out there. It's a possibility for sure.
The bad thing now, because all the proof of Sasquatch or aliens or Mothman or
Loch
whatever,
Ness, yeah.
yeah, they're all fuzzy and nasty. And now,
Mhm.
if we got absolute video of the alien doing an interview with Nancy Grace on site,
We think it's AI.
right? It's deep fake. It's
Yeah.
AI. It's not real.
Yeah.
So
I've heard alien. Yeah. So I'm with I think Blair said earlier, and then Hakob said, like the AI stuff is
it's scary.
it is scarier to me than any of that.
It
So are we recruiting them for the NBA? Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, they don't wear clothes, so would they actually have to wear the uniform?
Well, and that's
Or
another thing. So you have all these descriptions of aliens, and they're all there's a vast array of descriptions of what people have seen. And so are they, different sets of alien? I don't know. It just leaves too many questions in my mind.
I know, because there's like the grays, and then there were the greens, and then there are, I don't know, the Anunnaki, who came and was actually God, and there's just so many things out there, and I'm interested in this stuff. I'm not fully 100% on board with it because I'm
Mhm.
just curious.
I am, yeah.
So I'll entertain just about anything, because you can eat the meat and throw away the bone, you know?
Mhm.
And I like
Mhm.
science. I like interesting stuff on CERN, and yes, many kinds of aliens. Um, so, I don't like to just throw the baby out with the bathwater,
Right. It's
because
possible.
there's so many things that people that were just nutters, that were tinfoil hat enthusiasts, that people said, no, you're just crazy, stop that crap, shut them down. Like with MK Ultra. Hello.
Right.
And stuff
Right.
about Guantanamo Bay. Yes, I am a show off, Cash. I love you. But you know, that all these things turned out to be true.
Some of them have, yeah. What was that? Who's that one guy that he had some very I watched a documentary on him and he had some very convincing proof of aliens.
Bob
Um
Lazar?
yes. Yes. If I was going to be convinced it probably would have been with that documentary, but
Yeah, there's a lot of them out there. Yeah, Vic CERN is trying to recreate the Big Bang. Yeah, they actually they found the Higgs boson, which is the God particle that they
yes.
believe, which was theoretical before, but now it's real. That you know, that's what caused the Big Bang. So what happens if they do a Big Bang again?
Oh. Yeah, I agree with Jenny here, generally, Jenny. The real stuff is so much more mundane than people imagine. I do. I think that we, expand upon it and make it bigger in our minds than what's really happening.
That's true. I mean, I'm definitely, you know, a catastrophist.
Hmm.
Debbie Downer.
Operation Paperclip. They've been spending billions on this stuff since World War II. Wouldn't happen if there was nothing to it. Hmm.
Yeah. What was that movie? Independence Day,
Yeah.
where the old guy's on the plane with the president and he's saying, "No, there's not actually an Area 51. Don't be ridiculous." And the old guy gets all freaked out and says, "Yes, there is. You think they pay $35,000 for a hammer? You know, $100,000 on a toilet?" Yeah,
We
the
need to figure out the oceans first, is what Salty says. And then someone said that's where the aliens are. Or Skila said.
yeah.
It could be. Could be.
Yeah.
Black hole to a degree. But again, I think the way that they were, represented in film and commentary and stuff like that isn't what they turned out to be. I think stamps are
That's probably where they came up with the technology. Oh my God, my mind is blown.
I'm just skeptic. I'm very skeptic about aliens. Not saying it's not possible, but I haven't seen definitive proof of them. But something crashed in this family's backyard. I'll give them, I mean, something did. And I agree with Beaver, who said, why can't we see that footage? Come on. That kind of makes me think that it was, I don't know where this one was. It's probably New Mexico or Arizona, because that seems to be where they all are. But possibly, a military plane or something like that. But who knows?
Yeah, the that Northrop Grumman plane is kind of triangular in shape.
Yes.
Biblical events have scientific
explanations, but were documented before the capability to explain them.
Yes.
Do y'all want to know what I'm completely Middle Earth?
But like an actual hollow earth. I've heard about that.
Instead of the
the green kids that came up, right?
Yeah.
And then they had their own language and their skin was green and then they were assimilated into this family in England and who fed them regular food and then eventually the skin hue turned back to not green and they learned how to speak English and they explained this world underneath the
It did. No, I don't. I do not want probed by any aliens. I just think of well, I think it might have been on Joe Dirt. I don't know. One where he's got like that alien thing. They were hauling around in a wagon and crack it open, and it's like a turd from a plane. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh God,
I
like
seen this years and years and years ago.
blue ice. Yeah.
Yes. Things like that. I was just talking with my son and his girlfriend, who are both in the Air Force, might have been about a month ago. And I don't want to give away their full jobs, but one of the things that I asked them was, what do you do with like the extra fuel on their planes? Because what they do is they go and refill other planes in the air. They're a big plane, and they refill these jets in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes they have extra fuel that they don't want when they're coming back, because it's a lot harder to land a plane that's carrying a lot of weight than it is one that's not. And so I'm like, well, what do you guys do with it then? And they're like, well, we dump them. We dump it. And I'm like, oh, but I'm sure there's like areas. And they're like, no, so they say that it burns off before it reaches the earth, but there's no actual proof of that. And so things like that makes you wonder, okay, was something dumped? Things like,
Yeah. Well, I was actually on a flight that was landing at LAX, and for some reason we were circling, and the pilot came on and said that, there was backup in the traffic control, and we're just going to have to circle for a little bit. Sorry, folks, that sort of thing. And then we heard this mechanical doors kind of opening. And then everybody's like, what's that? What's that? Because it didn't sound like the landing gear going down. And the stewardess came on and said that we're just dumping our extra fuel in the ocean right now. Which everybody's like, oh, okay. And to me, I freaked out because we're going to crash. That's why they're dumping it.
That's what it is. Yeah. Steffers, no, I didn't call you out. We were talking about Betty's supposed to have an interview with one of her subs. And I think it was one of the subs in here told me that it was you she was having an interview with. And I said, I felt bad that you got stood up, but it sounds like she went ahead and did the interview with you today. But no one was calling you out in here.
Nope. Not at all.
Joe Dirt and that's what I knew. I thought it was Joe Dirt, the space peanut.
The space peanut. Oh my God.
I know.
Yeah.
The planes are right, Patterson Air Force Base, and they do chemtrails.
Fuel in the ocean. Doesn't sound good, but yeah, they put all kinds of stuff in the ocean.
They drop it well, that was another question I asked. Like, are there designated, like, out in the middle of nowhere? Nope. If they need to dump fuel, they'll dump it wherever.
Kind of like birds, right? They'll just dump wherever.
Yeah, pretty much.
In flight, sitting down.
Yeah, no other. Okay, so there was a shock. What did Cody say? I didn't see Papa Cody in here. Hey, love.
Yeah, he's here.
Maybe I did earlier. I still have a little bit of brain fog. I don't think anything landed or crashed in that yard. I mean, there were only like 4 people in that video. Hell, there will be 300 asses out gawking at a car crash. Very true. Very true. In a subdivision that you'd think there would have been, a ton of people there gawking and rubbernecking.
Yep. Especially if you saw more than one police cruiser pulled up. And the thing is, okay, fine. It crashed. I'm doing air quotes, crashed. But then when we go back there, it's gone. So it didn't crash. There was no debris. So it left, right? I think it was like a teenager alien learning how to parallel park. It was kind of bad. It was awkward. They got out.
A teenage alien trying to, oh crap, Dad, I crashed it.
Yes, exactly. So they get out of the spaceship. They look around like you do, when stuff like that happens. Okay, the ship is fine. Let's get back in. Let's go and try it again.
I'm trying to see what True Crime Dime sent me. She said we got proof that aliens are real. Let's see here.
Well, I think that Minutes to Sobriety video kind of proves that they're real.
Right?
Yes.
Sometimes Apple plays nice and sometimes it doesn't. When I try to airdrop stuff. Oh, it played nice this time. Maybe. There it is. Oh, wait, these are just pictures. Let me go ahead and just pull up my email here then and I'll show you.
Aliens, Hangar 18 at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base.
I've been to Area 51.
Really? Do they do tours?
No. It's just
No.
like a little guard shack down a dirt road. Now, some of the small towns before it are kind of interesting. There's one that has a really neat little diner that sells alien merch, but
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing is the alien merch.
yeah. It's not too far outside of
Kilo. Okay, at the risk of sounding nuts, the craft crashed. The beings are attracted to energy and use it to straddle the dimension. They navigate our reality different than we can, in theory. I heard that. And the whole 2012 thing where the Higgs boson was discovered and maybe they opened up parallel dimensions. It's all like Marvel Universe, Doctor Strange, parallel.
So here we have
Deets. The last one True Crime Dime sent you is organized better.
Okay.
The
That's
Black
the one
Vault
I just
website.
opened. I think it's this one. The one, from the Black Vaults. Okay.
Okay, y'all, buckle up because we got some real information
let's
from
see
the
what we got.
government.
So this one is a 2-page memo from the CIA's Domestic Collection Division regarding UFO research in 1976. Oh, that's an old document, huh? So redacted. We attempted to obtain analytical guidance on the UFO, some kind of subject, to see if he knew of any official UFO program, and also to attempt to answer some of the questions posed by these people. After a short explanation of its contents, advised us that he would personally look into the matter and get back to us. Okay.
You can look at that thing and tell it's fake. Y'all are being pranked.
What thing?
I
The
guess
video?
this thing, yes.
Oh.
Roxanne was saying. I don't know. That definitely does look like the type of printer copier that Bullhorn Betty has,
Okay, this one says, we wish to express again that there does not appear to be any special program on UFOs within the intelligence community, and this should be relayed to this person. Please keep us advised. Okay, this one, I don't think that document told us a whole lot. 976. Okay. A 1-page document regarding UFO research. The record talks about the work of an unknown individual along with a system that may assist in the UFO search. The system is redacted. So they're just looking, in 76, they're looking for proof of UFOs and aliens, it sounds like.
Okay, so now the politically correct term is UAP, okay, an unexplained aerial phenomenon.
Oh, UAP.
UAP, yes.
Okay, here's one that says it should remain classified. Let's see. What's it say? This is to the DCD headquarters. Full name. He is employed. Source seeks guidance from CIA UFO experts as to material in his report that should remain classified. So it's proof that they were looking into UFOs? and aliens. Okay, this one's talking about a UFO sighted in Morocco. Let's see. Man, this is heavily redacted.
Yes, exactly. Oh, look, they left the date.
September 23rd, with personal request to investigate UFO sighted in Morocco. Is that all that's on here? Oh my gosh. I think so.
True Crime Dime. There was an order by the government that the CIA had a deadline to release all these documents because pilots were seeing unidentified aircraft and were afraid to report it.
I think that was covered in Lazar's documentary about like pilots reporting stuff, like people in the Navy reporting stuff.
Well, remember, okay, it was right before the Chinese spy balloon thing, and right about that time that they were releasing, the Air Force was releasing video of from fighter jets of UAPs. Remember that? It was all the same time.
Man, so a lot of this is like really old. Let me scroll down and see if there's like new documented information. I'll drop this link in the chat though if anybody wants to go check it out, because it looks like they have a ton of documents from the government. Is this the document dump that happened during COVID? Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's what True Crime Dime said.
Oh, okay. Oh man, yeah, there's a lot to go through here. So I'll just post the link for everyone to go through it on their own, at their own free will, if they're interested in it.
And just as a side note, y'all, take care of your mental health.
Yes.
There are hotlines available if you need to talk to someone.
They were attracted to someone there in the yard for whatever reason.
There was milkshakes.
Those milkshakes they brought.
There were milkshakes in the yard.
Do milkshakes bring aliens to the yard?
It just says boys. It doesn't specify species.
The way they are changing up what's history and the way they want to teach it in our schools is questionable as well. You can look at that thing and tell it's fake.
Yeah.
Well, the Betty and JLR and the rocket ship were absolutely fake, but I mean, there was that green streak through the air. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I've seen some other things where they saw like this pinpoint thing, and it looked like drones to me. You know how drones separate out?
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, people were screaming because this was happening.
So Trust No One says, I believe it's Project Bluebeam, and they are getting people to look at that while the government is up to something far bigger.
Yes.
So that is something that I think does happen. I'm not saying this happened in this instance, but there are things where media or just people in general blow up this situation. Look at this shiny thing over here, not what's actually happening over here. I do think that happens.
Under the table, yeah. And people are saying this is leading to a new world order because the only way that we're going to be able to defend ourselves against aliens is if the entire earth is united, and et cetera, et cetera.
Then you're getting into some biblical stuff that goes deep. So I don't know. Yeah, take care of your mental health. It's absolutely I am the Illuminati. So that brings up, okay, we'll go to another topic.
And you're Illuminati.
I am Illuminati.
Yes.
I saw Makeup Mobster's community tab where she shared Jonathan Lee Rich's. Let me see here. I haven't been keeping up with what that dude's doing. Have you seen his community tab?
JLR's?
Yes, let me show you. Whoops, it's playing one of his videos. I want to play his video. Okay. So he has What happened to Brian Koberger's hand? Did he get an IV, an injury, infection? And what's up with the Illuminati hand gesture?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I did see this thing. Yes, yes.
What?
That's the behavior panel calls that steepling.
Oh my gosh. Steepling. What, the hand gesture?
Yes, the hand gesture is steepling.
What's that? I guess I don't know what steepling is.
I don't know. I usually fall asleep during the behavior panel.
Me too, actually. I'm looking it up though. Steepling hands. That is the steeple hand gesture, because I do that all the time. So now I'm like, oh no, what does this say about me? We'll discuss the meaning of the steeple hand gesture, a gesture commonly observed in professional and other conversational settings. Before looks like what it means. I want you. Okay. The hand gesture that your opponent did in the above scenario is known as the steeple. It is usually done in a seated position while the person is engaged in a conversation. The person brings their man. There are so many pop-ups on this page. Together in front with fingertips touching each other, forming a structure like a church steeple. Is done by those who feel confident about what's going on. It's usually done in a conversation when someone feels confident about the topic they're talking about. Okay, so now I don't feel so bad for doing it.
Okay.
However, a person who is simply listening to a topic they're well versed in may also assume this gesture. So the message of this gesture is, I'm an expert at what I'm saying, or I'm an expert at what's being said. Also, it is commonly observed in superior relationships. It's often done by superiors when they're giving instructions or advice to subordinates. I don't know why I couldn't say subordinates earlier. When a person answers a question using the steeple gesture, know that he knows, or at least thinks he knows what he's talking about. So it's basically just like a confidence thing, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm taking away from it.
And BK is kind of a know-it-all sort of guy.
We think. I mean, how much do we really know about him?
Nothing.
Mm-hmm. Drop my bag off at the Illuminati.
I love that. Oh,
that's cute.
What a mess. Okay, y'all clean up your Illuminati mess in here.
Oh my gosh. It is a common hand. See, I'm like, that's what I've seen I've seen it all the time. I don't think it means anything at all.
No, but what about that Band-Aid?
Please do not hurt us. Don't tell me what to do.
Probe time. Everybody line up.
How is speculating on his Band-Aid helping me? I don't know. It's a Band-Aid. Who knows what he did? He could have scratched it on like the lock to his cell, or who knows? It's a million things it could be. What does, like, he's in a tiny county jail. What does JLR think he's, getting into? What was it he said? An IV injury or infection? Like,
he could have been shaving the hair off the back of his hands and cut himself.
Who knows? Yeah, it means lead. Okay. Steeple's definition can easily replace confidence with cockiness. Oh. If I roll my eyes, what does that mean? It means you're normal, Vic, because I do it all the time on these YouTube streets. I'm constantly rolling my eyes out here.
Deets, maybe he broke his hand. Never mind.
Maybe he had some blood. Well, when you have blood work, you don't normally take it out of the hand. You take it out of like the joint in your elbow, right?
Usually, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, 3. Dave. Could be a bug bite. Who knows? But like, why? And then he watermarked it. Why do you watermark the picture that's not his?
Because it's got that hand emoji pointing.
Because the hand made it his, right? Okay.
Yep.
And then, he wore a black suit in court. Oh my goodness. I thought she shared another funny one, but I can't remember when it's from. Oh, this one, well, it wasn't funny. It was like, what? So this woman is part of Koberger's defense team, and he says the defense team expert used to help keep the gag order in place. She likes putting knives in her head. This is a freaking Halloween costume.
Ew. It's a good one. But
Damn.
ew.
I mean, it's a really good costume of, that the whole zipper and everything, but stop trying to pertain it to the case. It was obviously long before she ever even knew who Brian Koberger was or what he would do. It's just insane. Some of the things people get up to on here. Like, why? Why was that content worthy? Oh, he's back to. I'm back covering true crime for your content. Oh,
Since you're part of the Illuminati, I want to know what that black suit meant for Brian Koberger.
It meant that he does not have a, what are they called? He doesn't have a stylist team on hand, or else he would have picked something a little more flattering. I don't know what it means.
Oh my God. You mean Latah County Jail doesn't have a stylist
I
on
know, I can't believe it.
staff? Oh my God.
Yeah, he could have had a zit that got infected. Who knows? It's a Band-Aid. Maybe JLR will investigate that.
Yeah, see, Brittany, yeah.
See, Cash is even questioning it. Is it even a real Band-Aid? Is it an AI tattoo? Very possible, Cash.
That's where they inserted the chip.
Oh, now you're spreading rumors. That's going to be on the next one.
In my opinion, allegedly.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
It could be. It could be an IV due to a lack of vitamins since he's a vegan. That's a possibility. I'm sure. I think they were going to try to accommodate his diet, but who knows? You've never used that hand position? I mean, I don't use it like every single day, but yeah, there's times when I'm talking to people, I'll put my the tips of my fingers and my thumb together like that. Like not exactly like the way he does in that picture, but in like the steeple position. And then just kind of like bend your fingers back and forth sometimes when you're listening. I don't know. It's just kind of like I considered it just fiddling with your hands, nothing more.
The behavior panel was saying that when people steeple, like his are down in his lap, that's not very confident. When the higher it gets, sometimes it's totally vertical and near your chin, then that's supposed to be more confident.
Well, that's like when I'm sitting.
Ooh, blunt bean.
And you like rest your chin in your fingers, like put your hands together. You remember when you did the little thing, like as a kid, like this is the church,
Yes, open the
So,
door.
like, my hands are clasped, but my two pointer fingers, I'll like rest my chin on my two pointer fingers. Is that the same thing? That's kind of like a steepling, I guess, but
I don't know. You're the Illuminati expert.
I don't know what it means. It just means that I fidget with my hands a lot in my mind.
Deetsy baby, I gotta go.
Thank you, Grandma Sherry, for coming up.
I had fun hanging out with you. Thank you.
I had fun with you too. Blunt Bee's coming in, talking about BK's suit. Is it the same suit that BTK wore? Now, Apocalypse, you're gonna have these streets.
Yeah, like he made a request for it.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
okay, baby. Bye-bye.
Sherry. Bye. You have a great day, love. Yeah. Who knows what they drew vertical near the chin? Yeah, I do that sometimes too. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what it was all about? So I think we went through everything that was on my thumbnail, but I will have a live within the next couple days going over what's happening in Portland, because I talked about that right before I got sick, and I have been following the things going on, and so we will. Don't worry about it, Apocalypse. I was doing that actually. I was resting my chin up on my fingers. Or sometimes, like, if it's just one hand, I'll do like an L shape and rest my chin like on my thumb with the pointer up near your eye, ear area, you know? I don't know. I don't think about like hand movements and things like that. I don't like I tend to fall asleep listening to the behavioral panel. I know a lot of yeah, I'm hooked on Belly. It's such a great thing. So we'll go back over that. There's nothing new in Jalea's case. Sad. Nothing new yet, but I'm hoping maybe tomorrow or the next day something happens or we'll hear something. Yeah. What does it mean when I raise my middle finger all the way up? Oh. They take so I'm seeing a couple people say that they get blood drawn from their hands or feet, maybe if they have like weak veins or hard to see veins. They do. They really do get stylish though. Yeah. Um, the plaster is covering up the hole from an alien prep. Uh, on Jalea that I talked about, I hadn't seen anything when I looked on Friday evening. I didn't know if something might have came out over the weekend. My daughter's actually been sharing a case with me that happened back in January. And she's not like a true crime junkie at all. But she sent me a couple things on it yesterday, and I can share it with you guys. What is her name? I'm trying to find the girl's name. Lexi Treviso. She's a 19-year-old girl from New Mexico. She's facing first-degree murder charge after allegedly giving birth to her baby in a locked hospital bathroom and hiding it in a trash can, where nurses later found it deceased. Now, I probably shouldn't speak on it since I don't know the ins and outs of the case, but I saw a TikTok that showed some proof that she actually knew she was pregnant before, because that's the argument. Here's the body cam footage, and we can go through it like on a 1 1/4 speed here real quick. Let me see these questions real quick before I do that. Yeah. Oh, did Rabbit share it? I bet she did a great job. I have so many streams to catch up on, y'all. It's not even funny. Definitely an alien blood draw. Okay, I gotcha, Tennessee. That's what it was. I'm glad you did too, Hagab. Are you? Oh, I bet you'll do a great one. I just started jotting things down because it's going to go to court. I think this is one I am going to do a lot more research on and share out, because this one's going to go to court. Hey, Ellie. Hey, love. Did she? I'll have to see what she said about it. Yep, okay. So this is the full body cam footage, but I want to share this with you so I can share the next part with you. And I think you need to hear this to fully understand. We're going to take a lot of breaks because it's law and crime, and you know how law and crime is.
Lexi, I told you about this. You are detained. You are not free to leave at this point. Do you understand that? It's full term. What?
Okay, so that was just kind of like a little, I don't know, 10-second teaser. Here's where it really starts from where the officer enters the building.
So we started working her up. We did a pregnancy test on her, showed positive. She was denying that she had sex. Then she said she had to go to the bathroom.
She went to the bathroom. She was in there for quite a while. We kept knocking on the door. Finally, we got her to open the door, and there was blood everywhere. She was cleaning it up. Okay. So we took her back to the room, and I was afraid that she knew she was pregnant. She had done something to herself. So the doctor started doing an exam on her. We had the lady come to clean the bathroom. She put the baby in the trash can, and then she put another clean liner over the top of it. Oh, wow. Okay. So when they looked in there, there was no trash in there, but it's underneath the clean bag. The baby's dead. Okay, we have him.
So this girl comes in, we later find out, for back pain. They think, the hospital's like, yeah, we think she's pregnant. They do, even though her and the mom are saying, no, she's not pregnant, she wasn't having sex, blah, blah, blah. Something else is wrong with her. Well, they did a pregnancy test on her, and of course she was. And then the girl goes to the bathroom, delivers her own baby, puts it in the trash can. You hear later, like, wraps it in a clean liner and then puts another liner over it so you don't see it right at that moment. And then comes back, acts like nothing happened. And I do have the footage, like the camera footage from the hospital.
Trying to, but she killed the kid.
Yeah, how old was the baby?
I don't know. It's full term. She just had it. She had it in the bathroom. What happened? And then whatever she did, I don't know. She's gonna lie. She wouldn't tell us she's pregnant.
And then one article, they keep calling her a kid or a teen, and she's 19. This is an adult.
She's been lying the whole time. Okay. So that's what's going on. I just pulled the doctor out of the room, so nothing's been said to the patient or the mother that's in there yet. Okay. I have Leela, the housekeeper, if you want to interview her.
Yeah.
She's the one that kind of found.
Yeah, because I wanted to get with you guys first and then get with her to get her statement before you can do anything.
Well, I'm in charge, and this is what has happened. Okay. You can interview the nurse that had her, the two nurses that were taking care of her. You can talk to the tech, which is Lori. She's the one that went in there and actually found it, because Leela's like, this is really heavy. Okay. So then Lori went in there, and then of course the baby was underneath the clean liner.
Okay, yeah, if we can speak with.
We don't know, or at least I haven't found the results of the autopsy yet. This happened back in January. She wasn't even charged. So the Artesia Police Department detectives presented case information to the 5th Judicial District Attorney's Office on March 28th, and this happened the end of January. A criminal complaint was approved on May 10th, and formal charges were filed on the suspect and mother of the victim. Well, I said that like it was her mom, but no, on the teen. Authorities did not release the baby's name. They charged her with first-degree murder, plus a count for tampering with evidence. And then I'll give you a little update after we play it a little bit longer, because there's something else.
Lori,
okay, I'll get Lori.
So the first thing though is I need to make sure that the mother, the woman who delivered the baby, is medically stable. I don't know if she delivered a placenta. She's bleeding a lot. I just got her accepted to Loveless, so I need to get her up there as soon as possible.
Okay.
Okay. So how I need to tell her what's going on, and I need to tell the mother what's going on. The mother, they're both in there together. Is one of you willing to be present for that conversation? Are you guys going? Okay, let's go right now.
Are we doing that?
And then I'll make sure Leela comes out. All the other nurses and stuff are here, and I'll get Leela here. Okay. Hey, Marina, will you get Leela back down here? Right.
I'm sorry. We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Freaking out of me. I didn't know what to do. Lexi,
So this is the moment that they find out, or well, that they announce it. Let me turn it to normal speed. So it should be the moment that her mom is finding out for the first time.
I'm sorry. We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Freaking out of me. I didn't know what to do. Lexi, I told you.
She said, "I'm sorry, he came out of me and I didn't know what to do." Now, when you see the footage of her going to the bathroom, she's like holding him in, essentially.
About this. I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth. It was not crying or nothing.
What did you do to it?
Okay, stop right here. Stop. Number one priority, guys. Number one priority is she just had a baby. I don't know if she's delivered the placenta. She's bleeding significantly.
Yeah.
I've spoken to the obstetrician at Loveless. They want her out there as soon as possible.
Okay.
I obviously need your permission to transfer her for medicals.
She's 19.
Oh, you're right.
But she is a student too.
She's still 19 years
you're
old.
right. You're right. She needs to. I'm sorry, I forgot she's 19.
Keep having me.
But you need to make sure that you're safe. I need to send you to Loveless to labor and delivery. Will you please agree to that?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm gonna work on that. In terms,
Right.
I'm sorry about.
He was just in a like an emergency department, and so she had to be airlifted to, a place where people are capable of delivering the placenta and taking care of mom and baby. Unfortunately, in the eyes of the law, not always. It depends on how her lawyer approaches it. She was in school, but legally she is an adult. It was a level 1 trauma ER. Yeah, I'm not liking her mom's reaction either. Just a gut check, like not liking the mom's reaction, but I'm not going to criticize or say anything, but yeah. Because when my daughter was telling me this story, I was like, well, I can see both sides of it, right? Like, if she truly did not know her daughter was pregnant, she didn't have like an emotional bond or even like a moment to think about that, and so she's just thinking about her daughter in that moment. That's a possibility. It's not how I would have reacted, but I don't think I'd ever be in this situation. But it's just very something's a little weird about her mom's reaction, in my opinion. Yes, they did give her a pregnancy test, but we don't know when it came back. Like, she could have been in the bathroom already before it came back. I don't know. I think so too, Christy. Hey, Amanda Bear. Me too. Me too. I would have been a complete mess. Yeah, what did you do to it is a weird choice of words for sure. I don't know.
This, but in terms of delivering a baby and it looked like you tried to hide it, you do have to have the police involved.
And that thing was crying. It came out with nothing.
I know. But the baby.
She's 19. She is in school. She's a cheerleader. It appears, she has knowledge of things. She's in a hospital and she delivered a baby. And if the baby was a stillborn, why would you hide that? Why would you try to hide that? Why wouldn't you, go get help? And I know because, like, she didn't want her mom to find out, right? That's going to be the argument. She didn't want her mom to know. But her mom's gonna find out. It's all very baffling.
Baby's gonna have to be taken for autopsy and there'll be an investigator and everything. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but we need to do this correctly. And I want to be transparent with you about what our steps are going to be. Officer, do you guys need to talk to her before we get her transferred?
How long is it going to be before you have the transfer
I
out?
don't know. Are you working on?
Okay.
Maria,
So-
do you think 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah, hopefully, yes.
Okay.
I got detectives on the way, so they're going to be talking to her.
Okay.
Yeah, I know the baby wasn't a stillborn. I'm saying that's what her argument here right now is, it wasn't breathing, it was dead. And I know I hate saying it. It was a he. He wasn't breathing, he was dead. And so that's why she put him in the garbage. I'm just saying that's what her argument was. I know he was not a stillborn. No.
Do you guys have, I'm the charge nurse here. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Like, how big is the baby?
It's full term.
What? 9 months? Nothing was crying. Lexi, have you watched the news of the girls that... What?
This part here, just watch it again. She finds out that he was full term.
Do you guys have, I'm the charge nurse here. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Like, how big is the baby?
It's full term.
What? 9 months? Nothing was crying. Lexi, have you watched the news of the girls that what they do to their babies and what they go to jail? Nothing was crying.
Any other questions? Okay.
So as of right now, like.
So I will say grandma is over there crying and I don't know. You know, she could just been in extreme shock of the whole situation. You're blindsided with this extreme, you know, if she didn't know ahead of time, you're blindsided with finding out your daughter is pregnant and then finding out she just delivered the baby by herself in the bathroom. There's, you know, footage of her walking around outside the bathroom trying to find out, you know, if her daughter's okay in there. So there's all these emotions and things happening at once. She could be in shock. Right, Grain. Mom could be in shock at that moment. And we could just be misinterpreting some of how she's acting because we don't know how we would act in a extremely shocking moment like that either. I would have too. I would have been completely heartbroken. I would have been crushed. What did you say? Yeah. And it is. Dynamics are different. We don't know. Yeah, the attending MD did a great job. Yeah, it's a family I knew, their daughter got pregnant, had a miscarriage with the baby in the womb. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, everybody reacts differently to, you know, sometimes even the same situations. But I do think that there was proof that she was pregnant, and I'll show you guys that after this body cam footage.
What I said is, we're going to have the detectives come over here and they're going to talk to you, okay? We have to gather some more information about what's going on. They'll get your statement. They're going to get the doctor's statements. They're going to get everybody's statements, okay? So I don't know everything yet, okay? So I'm not going to tell you. I can't tell you nothing, honestly, okay? All I can say is,
Couldn't go to jail.
right now, well, right now she's being detained. So she's not going to leave from here at all, period, okay? So one of us will be
in your custody? Like,
yeah, she's detained. Yeah, she's not under arrest, but she is detained, okay? She's not free to leave. So while this whole thing is coming up, you're not free to leave, okay? One of us will be in here the whole time with you because you're not going to try to leave or nothing like that.
She won't.
Like I said, the detectives will be here. They're going to talk to you. I mean, your care is of the utmost right now, okay? They're going to do what they need to do.
All of this just feels so bizarre to me. She just delivered a baby in a bathroom, walked away, walked back to her room. She's sitting there having not delivered the placenta, just, you know, giving birth myself. You and women in here, if you've given birth, I'm speechless at it all. Just speechless at it all.
To take care of you, to make sure you get stable. They get you transferred out or whatever. Like I said, the detectives are already been notified. They're already on the way. So they're going to come talk to you. All right. So don't leave. Don't try to do nothing. One of us is always going to be in here in this room with you. Okay. Unless we have to step out for doctor's orders, something like that, because if they need to examine you or do something with you. But other than that, like I said, you are detained. You are not free to leave at this point. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Where was the baby at?
I don't know. I have no clue yet. Like I said, I just talked to the charge nurse. We're still getting all the information right now. Okay. Once we get that information, like I said, the detectives, they can clue you in on everything and talk to you more about it.
Okay.
All right. Do you happen to have an ID on you, perchance?
Yes, she
You do?
does.
Okay. Can we get that, please?
Mm-hmm.
Her exact charge is intentional abuse of a child resulting in death. Says there she I'd have to look up like from the court, but this the law and crime article says that she was charged with first degree murder or alternatively intentional abuse of a child resulting in death, plus the count of tampering evidence.
All that information. Call it in to the not on radio. Okay. Hang tight right here with her. Okay. I'll be back. Ma'am.
So lip locked, you said, how did she sever the umbilical cord? There is a interview out there with the CNA that was around that whole time, and she said that it looked like she basically like pulled it apart, ripped it apart. That's her words.
Could we get your ID also, please?
Yes.
Yeah. If you have anything, call me. All right.
Can I step out? I'm gonna call my husband.
Yes. Yeah, you'll be fine.
I'll be back. Can I come out?
Exactly 7:30. Hey, could you do me a favor, run these two and add to the record call? Okay, it'll be New Mexico DL, both of them, whenever you're ready.
Where did you put the baby at? Tell me the truth.
517.
That came out in the toilet bag? You put it in the bag?
Yes.
In what bag? Why did you say anything to us? Do you want to get in trouble for this now? You could get in trouble for this, baby.
Mom, all right, just give it time, okay? We're gonna speak to the detectives whenever she's ready, okay? You ready for the second one?
Yeah, we'll call back.
Second. Last three of that second one. The last three of the second one is 333.
Let's see. There we go.
I think the way she described it was pulled it apart, not with her teeth or anything.
Yeah, Lexi. I know it's kind of tough right now, okay? I know you're scared, I know everything that's okay. As of right now, I cannot allow your mom to be in here with you.
Yes.
Okay? So once the detectives get here, then she may be able to come back in here. But as of right now, I can't allow her to be back in here. Okay? If you need something, we're not going to stay in here. Okay? Because I think it makes it.
So yeah, I'll go through. She has been released. I'll go through that in a second. That's a great question because there was someone outside the bathroom the whole time. What was the other question that I saw? I don't think we need to blame anyone. I thought I saw another question here, but then it jumped on me. It's just heartbreaking. Just knowing I have a little grandson coming soon. It just broke my heart. Well, I think she's asking her daughter some questions that she shouldn't be asking her. And I think that, the doctor stepped in that one time and then the police officer did, basically saying, hey, don't be asking her that right now. It depends. Sometimes they can, but typically that you want to suction their mouth and throat before they get in that first scream, or else they get the what is it? I can't think of the name. It starts with an M, but they'll get that in their or their lungs, and you don't want that. I mean, you would think. Oh, I guess that's what it was you guys were talking about. Did no one hear her cry? There was another report out that the water she had went in there and turned the water on the whole time, so the faucet was running the whole time. Um, that could have muffled some noises, but just knowing that she delivered in 20 minutes on her own in a bathroom, oh, that's just crazy. Yeah, I can't understand it either. But I gotta say, you're not thinking logically. I'm guessing she wasn't thinking, logically in that moment, obviously. I'm not saying that. That doesn't make her crazy. No, no. But she just was not thinking at all. And her child paid the price of that.
The worst ever for you, right? Obviously. And I know you're scared. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stay on the outside of the door. Okay, as long as you promise me you're not gonna hurt yourself. Okay. Like I said, this is a lot. I know it is, okay? You're young, I don't want to be in here kind of adding to your anxiety and everything else, okay? If you need something, just push that button, okay? And then they'll come in there. They're on the way.
I think they're handling her with kid gloves for sure.
Okay, so as soon as they get here, they're gonna talk to you. I mean, the reason why your mom, well, not yet. I can't hear yet. Yeah, once they get here, then it's up to the inspector to get out to them. If you come back here, if they're okay with her coming back here, then you come back here. Okay. The reason why is because you're an adult. You're 19 years old. If you're a juvenile, I would gladly have you back in here. Okay. But being an adult, I can't have you back. But if you have any questions, like I said, push that.
Can I go sign some forms?
Yeah.
This is giving us permission to transfer you to Gwinnett. Dr. Barry is going to take them. You sign here. One more form. This is for the flight crew. Is going to transfer you to that facility. So if you sign the date, today's the 27th.
Yep.
They'll be here all in 30 minutes. They're going to transfer her in 30 minutes.
Okay, I'll let them know. Okay, thank you. Okay, we're gonna be out there. If you need something, let us know. Okay. All right. Let's do this.
Did you ever check something about where she's going?
Oh, I've talked to her about that. We just told her that she can't.
I got you.
Nothing back. Okay, once she gets taken or whatever, then.
I got you. I was just gonna let you know where she's being transferred.
Yeah, no, you.
Is that cool? Okay.
Yeah, no, you're fine. She had the baby. Right. She's still in there. She's gonna get hair lifted out, transferred out for because she's still whatever she's got going on or whatever. So they're gonna transfer her out. The housekeeper. I didn't talk to her too much. She's got a brief statement from her, got her information, and then the nurse had actually got in there, got the baby opened the bag, and then they rushed her to the baby to trauma one. That's when they started working.
So he says that the housekeeper found the baby in the trash can, and then the nurse came and looked. She hollered for the nurse. And it was the CNA that came and looked, and they rushed the baby out of there to Trauma One to try to save his life.
So I got the bathroom closed off, and then I got the trauma room closed off. Because the trauma room, the housekeeper went in there because they called her to go clean it up. So obviously before she checked the trash can, she cleaned everything up. When she threw everything in the trash can, she looked it up, felt it was heavy, put it down. When she looked in there, that's when she saw the baby. Yeah. So then they took the baby in the trash can, trauma one, put the baby on the table, and then that's when everything. But other than that, so I got both of those closed off. Cool. Hospital's complaint? Hospital's complaint? Well, see, she was cleaning it up first, so she wasn't there. So she said she actually leave her here. One of our other guys got arrested. And she said, hey, she needs to go to the bathroom. And so they had her go to the bathroom. About 2 minutes later, they went to knock on the door. She didn't come out. So they're like, hey, are you okay? Check on her. She's like, yeah, you want to come out? You want to come out? Gave her another, like, I guess 10 minutes. And then they said, well, open the door. And when she opened the door, there was like shit everywhere. So they called housekeeping. They didn't know the baby was in the baby still here? Yeah, it's the trauma one. That's why everything was out. But yeah, like I said, the housekeeper cleaned up the floor and everything first. And then when she put all her stuff, she put all her stuff into the trash can. That's when she felt how heavy it was. And then she looked into it.
So the housekeeper, or no, it was the CNA's interview that I watched before I even saw this one. And she was describing that, when she saw the room, when she took the girl back to the room, that, yeah, there were blood smears on the floor. So it was obvious that, the girl, Lexi, was trying to clean up the floor. And then she also described some blood on the wall. But anyway, but it was after the housekeeper went in and completely cleaned up the floor, and that's when she handled the trash can that they found the baby. And the CNA felt not responsible, but she's like, typically when I go in and help a patient out, if there's just a thing or two in the trash can, I'll grab the liner myself and take it to kind of save housekeeping. And she regrets not doing that because, it would have been 5-8 minutes or whatever extra that he would have had. But like the officers or the detectives told her, that it's not your fault. You can't blame yourself.
So you're looking for someone to talk to your mom?
Yes.
Okay.
Where I'm going?
Yeah, no, she already knows. Detective.
Is she going?
Yeah, she should be. Detective's up there talking with her right now. So, you have any other questions for us? I'll see how they yeah. The jacks were they had to drive down the jacks frozen up because they couldn't put them. Oh yeah. Okay, Lexi. So you're getting transport. Okay, so you're not detained no more. The detectives will be contacting you. Okay, so they'll get a hold of you. So let me just get your number real quick. Okay, give me a good phone number for you. Cell phone number.
My mom's.
So here since she's being transferred, she's no longer being detained. I don't understand that portion. I don't know if anyone else gets, I guess because they weren't charging her with anything at that moment.
97? Okay. Your current street address?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. They'll be in contact with you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's roomier than it looked. For me, not for these.
I don't know. Wow. Yeah. It's not too bad. How long does it take with you? There you go.
Which feet are going all the way in? All the way under there, see? Once we get this thing started, we'll see.
But there's also, let me see here, before I go over to the TikTok, I think it was Law and Crime that put it out that there was the interview with the grandma. They have so much stuff. Someone in there was in the chats talking about a birthing chair. I didn't use one, obviously, but my husband's grandma lived in Spain for a long time, and in her antiques, she had a Spanish birthing chair. It's kind of like a triangle. It only has like 3 legs, and basically like a slender board, although it was covered in like ornate leather and stuff. And you just kind of sat on just the edge of it to birth, if that's what you're talking about. Very similar. Hmm. I don't see that one that I saw earlier. Maybe it was just in the search. There was another teen in New Mexico not long before this, but I'll go over here and share these. I don't have a booth round. I guess I need one. Yeah, so thank you, Skilo. After a recent hearing, the court allowed her to be released from jail with restrictions. And those included following her curfew. She had a $100,000 bond. She was allowed to attend her school and graduate. The judge ordered that she attend counseling. She is not required to wear an ankle monitor or be under house arrest. The pretrial hearing is set for September 11th, and the jury trial in the murder case is set for October 2nd. Okay, so it happened on January 27th. Yeah. So those are the updates of what is going on now with her. They did take the baby to the trauma room to try to, save his life, but unfortunately they were not successful. Yeah. I don't think she was quiet. Like I said, she had the um, water running and stuff, but I still couldn't imagine. Although I don't know, I didn't make any noises when I was delivering. I had a C-section and then a VBAC, and when I was delivering my daughter, the nurse that was helping me deliver, she's like, "You can make some noises. You could grunt or something." So yeah, I think it's possible to deliver without making noises. I just wanted to focus on pushing. It is a lot. It is a lot for your body to go through, and then to not have the placenta delivered either. And I think they'll be able to prove if he had approval, like possibly be able to tell if he's. I don't know. The potties, the squatty potties, the like little step stools that you put your feet on. Yeah, it sucks being a woman sometimes, Cash. And yeah, like I said, I barely made noise when delivering my daughter, but some people grunt in the bathroom. They were checking on her periodically. They were checking on her. You think 6 months, Cody? Yeah, my first one was like, it wasn't an emergency C-section, it was a rushed C-section. She calls her evil mom. That's just what this TikToker does. But she had some videos that.
For autopsy, more likely it will be done within the next day.
Still moving, they don't know.
We don't know. That's why he'll be going up north. So what did she come?
That's the stepdad, and he seems like completely heartbroken and tore up. Oops, what did
I honestly didn't know she was pregnant. I didn't know.
And I'll try to find these full interviews.
More likely it will be done within the next day.
Still moving, they don't know.
We don't know. That's why he'll be going up north. So what did she come here for?
She had She told me she had back pain. She was born with like her, I don't know, it's like crooked.
Her spine?
Okay, because my ex-husband, he hit me. He beat me whenever I was pregnant with her. So she was early. So she had some problems with her hips. Like I always had to take her to chiropractor to get adjusted.
And how long have y'all been together?
Almost 2 years.
2 years?
So there's the dad. Well, possibly.
Okay. So not trying to be rude, but you are more than likely would be the father? Okay. For autopsy, more likely it will be done within.
Let's see.
I honestly didn't know she was pregnant. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, here's these pictures. This was her. She had no idea she was pregnant, but this was like a month earlier at cheer practice. Yeah, she was very calm. Yeah, like I said, you're just not thinking clearly in that type of situation, are you? Me too, Roxanne. Me too. See, mine didn't. I say it didn't hurt bad, but I did have an epidural, so I shouldn't really say that. I wonder that too, AK. Like, did she try to do anything prior? I don't know. He said in there, you're not being detained any longer because you're being transferred. That's why I asked. Don't be crying in public bathrooms. Right. Yeah, hang on, there's another picture coming up. I mean, she's 19. She knew she was pregnant. Like, you stop having periods. Like, we're not talking like barely pregnant. She was full term. I don't know how she wouldn't. I don't know. It could be. Maybe she's tricking herself into believing, into thinking. Here's another shot where you can see. I don't know if it's in this one or the next one. That's not a good view of it. Here you go. Well, the pause button's right on her belly, but I mean, that's a pregnant woman if I ever saw one. I don't know how else to say. How can you not know? Yeah, they let her do stunts and everything. They did. Oh, that's true, I guess. And then, well, okay, fair point, Grain. I'm all about fair points. My daughter is a runner. She's a distance runner, damn good distance runner. I could never do what she does. And she, you know, during every day she ran, a minimum of 5-6 miles, but there were times, 3 times a week, 13 miles, and even up to 26 miles. So like she's very trained like that, and there were portions where she wouldn't have her period. So I get that there are times when if you're an active athlete or something like that. So I don't know what type of cheer she was into, but if she's in heavy training, maybe she didn't have her cycle. But I mean, she just looks extremely pregnant. I don't know how a mom. I'm not judging her mom for this. I'm just saying I don't know how a mom could see this and miss that. Yeah, her coach should have said, yeah, no, you can't cheer, hun. Maybe they were. That's possible. That's what I'm saying. You think this looks more like weight gain? I think there might be more in here that's from. It isn't. You're right. It's not. But she also didn't stop menstruating and have a giant belly. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of different signs here. I just find it. I do have questions. Not that I'm entitled to them, but I wonder, like, how did no one?
I honestly didn't know she was pregnant. I didn't know.
Let me see it.
You're looking for someone to talk to your mom?
Yes.
Okay.
Where I'm going?
Yeah, no, she already knows. Detective.
Is he going?
I think this is an interview, which we've seen all of.
And I detained.
Final part of body.
To go through the trash, I felt that when
This
I
is
picked
the
up the
interview
trash
I
and I
watched.
looked in
I
it, there
watched
was
the full
there was
one.
trash in it. But I knew that didn't feel like when I picked it up it was some weight, so I thought it was the trash bags because we put the trash bags on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started getting the trash out, and then when I did that, I seen that there was a baby in it, and that's when I freaked out and I called Lori and HT or the nurses up front, and because there was a baby in the trash, and the baby when I looked at it, the baby was wrapped up like in a, like at the bottom of the trash can, and with trash on top of it in a trash bag. Let's go through the trash.
Oh, my heart breaks for that woman. Can you imagine finding that?
Hey, what happened? And she said, I'm on my period, she said. And she walked out. And then I went in, because at this point we had already received the positive pregnancy lab test.
When was that?
I couldn't tell you the exact time, but I know prior to that, we got a positive pregnancy test on her.
Okay, prior to the bowel movement, did you tell her that y'all got a positive?
No, the doc hadn't been in there to tell her yet. Hey, what happened? Is someone?
I'm gonna find all of these interviews so we can see the full.
So, Lord, this is Leah. She's the housekeeper. If you want to talk to her.
Yeah. So this is the one that happened then?
Yes.
Okay, is there any way I can get this? Where was the trash at? Where's the trash can at?
Yeah.
Okay, they still have everything in it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So what I need to do is I'm gonna go ahead and I need to secure this, make sure nobody gets in here no more.
Okay.
So
Okay. So the bathroom's locked.
yeah, if you can, just put a sign on that and then.
The housekeeper did say in her interview that someone, I think it was the housekeeper, that someone had taken a picture of it before they started cleaning up. Yeah, it would have been. I would have fainted too. I know there's a lot of questions. I'm sure it'll all come out in court. Yeah. I don't know about this case specifically, but there are many women who don't know. There are. There's another picture. Hang on, that it's in one of these TikToks where she's actually on the floor cheering, doing a stunt. And I'm like, you can just, I'm sorry, I can just say. Well, yeah, because there's the doctor has to be the one to tell her. It can't be the nurses or anything. Convince themselves they are when they aren't, but I have heard of that. They can actually like start lactating. I have heard of that. Oh, yeah, I'd been heartbroken too if this was my kiddo. Mother at home arguing with cop. Ooh, I haven't seen this one.
Understand that, Detective Gonzalez. Right. What is she under arrest for?
She is warrant for arrest. Okay?
For what?
That's all I'm going to Okay?
What do you mean that's all you're going to tell me?
I mean, she's over there.
I understand that, but I have a right to.
So her daughter's an adult, so that's probably why he doesn't have to tell the mother why she's under arrest.
Know as well.
We'll tell you that.
Okay, then let me know now. Let me know now.
She has to
I'm
be
giving you
advised
cooperation. I
first.
told you answer my question. What is she under arrest for? Tell me.
Homicide. Open count of homicide. And tampering with evidence.
Tampering with evidence?
Yes.
At the hospital?
What's your name?
Lexi.
Okay. What's the last 4 years social?
She don't even know it.
Alexi, do you know your date of birth?
Yes.
Okay. What is it?
11/25/03. Understand that.
Right.
Detective Gonzalez.
There might be a lot more than meets the eye here, guys.
Hi. What's your name?
Lexi.
Okay. What's the last 4 years social?
She don't even know it.
You don't know it?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Alexi, do you know your date of birth?
Yes.
Okay. What is it?
11/25/03.
Yeah.
Do you have to walk her all the way over there? Can you bring your car up here?
Yeah.
That's all.
I'll go get it. Alexi, are you okay with your mom getting a trouble complaint when we get to the detention? It has your personal information
Can you
on it.
repeat that?
Are you okay with your mother getting the criminal complaint? It has your personal identifying information on it. Serial number, date of birth.
Yes.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay. I have to serve you first, then your mom can get it, okay?
That's true, Nikki.
I do. He's gonna move his unit around. No medications, anything you need to take while you're in there.
No, sir, no.
Okay.
She has still been like bleeding, so I don't know if she needs.
Do you have any? They do. I don't know if they have tampons.
They do have other products.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure if you take your own, you can use your own.
Can she? Do you want to grab some? Can she grab some of that real quick? Or?
Yes.
Do you mind if
Get your little bag.
one of us goes to?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just make sure you're doing.
Just grab it a little.
Okay. And just nothing sharp, no flammables, nothing sharp. Okay. Okay. They're gonna check it when you get over there. Okay.
Okay.
Confirms that address is 611 North 1st Street. 611 North 1st.
Okay. We'll check those when you same thing. Okay. We're gonna check all that when you get over there. Okay. Thank you.
I'm going up there right now too. Okay.
All right. What's in there? Personal pads. Personal
Pads, yeah, she needs them.
Oh. 3200 West Main Street, Public Safety Complex. If you just go through the front door, you know where we first spoke in the records?
Yeah.
If you just go over there. Is there any four?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll meet her in the front.
Okay.
All right,
I'll get with him and do all.
where she's taking her. She blamed the hospital.
It looked like you tried to hide it. You do have to have the police involved. And nothing was crying. What are y'all going to do about the hospital?
What about the hospital?
We were there over 2.5 hours. We went for help. They gave my daughter morphine and Tramadol and Zofran and never went in for her. What are y'all going to do about the hospital?
Well, ma'am, it's an ongoing investigation.
Okay, so that's interesting. Something I hadn't heard before. So they gave her, she went in for pain, and her charges are basically neglect of a child resulting in death and tampering with evidence. She went in for this back pain. They gave her tramadol and other stuff. So the mom says, but they'll have records of that. Like I said, I don't know everything about this case. I just started seeing some of these TikToks yesterday, but I'll try to find all these interviews for us to go through, though, and all the documents that are out there on it, because this one will go to.
And since
unless she
you're
takes
not, your daughter is the one involved in that, not you.
But I was there the whole time.
I understand that. If you would like to talk to us, you're more than welcome to come talk to us about it.
She's an adult, and so we have to hear it from her. I know you already told me before, but we just need to hear it from her.
Yes, and it's just a yes or no question. Alexi, would you like to sit down and talk with us about what happened? If she says, no, I don't want to do it without my lawyer, then That's it. Then we're done. We're gonna turn around, get in our pickup, and drive off.
You're not going to be bothering her at school.
Nope. Nope. That's why.
We will, because I have to hear it from her. Such thing as I have to hear it from her. Eventually.
So this was before the arrest.
Lexi.
And we will not go back to the school.
It looked like you tried to hide it. We do have to have the police.
So this is when she was going to the back.
Lexi Treviso can be seen here in hospital CCTV holding her backside running to the toilet, and her mom.
So that was
Lexi Treviso can be
1:38.
seen here in hospital CCTV holding her backside running to the toilet, and her mom followed shortly after. Alexi then reappears from the bathroom as if nothing happened after dumping newborn into toilet trash.
That's third. So mom goes to the door like a minute later. Again, 10 minutes later, she goes to check on her. So no one's there yet. So, I mean, she could have delivered. Then this nurse shows up a little before 1:53. That's the doctor. Hmm. $1:56 is when she comes out of the bathroom. Wow. 20 minutes. I can't even imagine. Not every time. Not every time. But maybe, I don't know. But here's my thing. If the mom knew she was pregnant, would she have took her to the hospital knowing she was good? See, I don't think so. That's true. I am too, lover of the law. I am surprised. But that's just the mom saying that she was given that. We don't know for sure. She did ask if she had just given birth. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, this one was sad.
Footage hospital cleaner breakdown after finding Alexi Treviso baby dump inside toilet.
So that, I'm going to turn the sound off, but this was, so the cleaner doesn't arrive for over a half an hour. Oh. And that's when she called the CNA over and they found the little boy. Sorry, I had to cough. Look at. Oh. I couldn't imagine finding that. She's probably traumatized. Oh, I wonder if this is the full interview.
You know,
No, but it has a lot of
flushing
credit.
stuff down I don't know, because I told him, what if she's having a miscarriage in there and, you know, flushing stuff down the toilet? So he knocked on the door and he's like, you gotta unlock this door. And then she wouldn't reply, and he's like, if you don't.
So they all know she was pregnant, but remember, they can't legally tell her mother. They can't break those HIPAA laws.
My client goes, and then that's when she heard him call for me. And he was like, Laura, you got the spare key to this bathroom? I was like, yeah. Because we keep like a ring of keys by the desk where I sit. So I went and I got the key, and just as we were getting ready to open the door, she opened it, and all I saw was like blood everywhere, like on the walls, on the toilet. It just looked like a horror film.
And you say where it is also on the floor too?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Now, was it covering the floor or was it like splotches?
you could tell she was wiping it up with paper towels because it was like.
No, they can't tell her. The CNAs and the nurses, they cannot tell her. The doctor has to tell her.
Weird.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the one that does have the footage of that, she's on vacation right now, is Erica, and she works in lab.
She took photos of it?
Before, because she was like, whoa, this is like.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
Huh.
and I didn't know that either till just recently.
And who is that? Erica?
Erica.
Compost or
no, let me give you her last name just a minute. I'm terrible with last names.
Oh, you're good.
But she does have
Erica
videos.
Salas.
Yes, she has the pictures.
Is she a lab tech?
Yes, and she's on vacation right now.
She's the one that's going to come next week.
On the 27th?
Yeah, or yeah, in 2 days.
Okay.
Sorry.
So and I did tell her not to erase that.
Good.
I said, do not erase that because that's evidence.
When did she find them? Or when did she tell you about them?
Like I think it was like 2 weeks afterwards.
Oh, okay.
She had shown me the pictures, and then that's when I told her, do not, because I was like, dude, can you believe that? Like, because we had a patient that was pregnant at the time, just like after that, and I was like, on top of it, just didn't want another recurrence.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so anyways, the floor was just smeared with blood, blood on the wall, like on the toilet and stuff. And
do you remember which wall?
It was like the back wall between the toilet and the sink.
So like if you're looking at the toilet, like.
Yeah, like say the toilet's right here where you're at, and then the sink's right here. It was like up this way, blood splatter.
In your line of work, what would cause that kind of splatter?
I think something that got pulled out.
That's just her opinion.
Like if you rip something and blood just went, it was like once you see the photo, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just.
So like you say, like rip, like something went like that?
Yeah, like when you rip something, or if you cut something and you go, like you swing your hand and blood just splatters.
Okay, so
that's how it looked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know, because I told him, what if she's having a miscarriage in there and, flushing stuff down the toilet? So.
Yeah, I saw a different one that had a longer interview with her, and that's when she talks about the umbilical cord being ripped.
Really tragic finding.
Do they have
what appears to be a newborn baby boy inside a plastic trash
What's
bag.
wrong with people? Oh gosh, I hope those pictures aren't out there running around online. I really hope that that's edited. Okay, I think this is the last one. It has her cheering in it. So you can see there. Her mugshot. There's the one we saw before. I mean, that one just seems obvious that she's pregnant. And oh, here's where she's. She's the one right above the pause button. Sorry, that's on there. And I'll go back just a little bit now that you know that she's the left base. And you can really see. Her whole body is slim and slender, and then you have this big belly. I don't know what other. I don't think it shows any other different pictures in there. Well, that's when she called the nurse. No way around it, though. It is a sad, sad case. Let me grab this lady's TikTok. Yeah, you don't just, not typically. I know there are some, tumors or things like that that can cause just your stomach to grow or just certain spots of your body. Um, but that just seemed, and like you said, Nikki, we're looking at it in hindsight, of course. Who knows in the moment? Yeah, she was holding her bottom, but like someone said earlier, right before you feel like you have to deliver, it does feel like you have to poop, and I don't know. That's kind yeah, that full interview where she talks about her ripping that because I don't know if that was the CNA or if that was the housekeeper, maybe it was the CNA, talks about how, like, the umbilical cord looked like it was just ripped, one end that she did see just ripped in half, basically, and so that could be from that, maybe? Is it her mom we want to prosecute, or oh, no, no, just her. Oh, you tagged someone, I don't know. Oh, even if her mom knew she was pregnant, is her mom to blame for any of this? Legally, I don't think so. Mm, yeah. They said I don't know. This one is just very, like, someone said earlier, very heartbreaking. Very, very heartbreaking. Yeah, pulling that cord could have saved that baby's life. Yes, it brings forward a really important topic that we should let our children know they won't disappoint us and can come to us, right? If you don't have that open communication with your child, that open conversations that, yeah, there are going to be points in life where I'm disappointed in behaviors or things like that, but you can still come to me with things. You can still talk to me. You can still know that I'm your safety net until I launch you out into this world. That's a very important conversation. Hmm. Yeah, I know. I think we can all look back and wish that more would have been done, could have been done. And I also wish that not just for, this little boy that lost his life for no reason, but for her. Um, she might be an adult in the eyes of the law, but like we were saying, her brain is not fully developed. So now this is something that she's going to have to process and deal with for the rest of her life as well, and all the families affected, both sets of grandparents and the father and the bio father. I wish she could have as well. Yeah, my daughter does too. Yep, they're at that. Yeah. We don't know that her mom's involved. We don't. Not at this time. Miss Harmony found a legit website claiming that Summer was found on the Wells property and it's fake news and wants help to try to get the down as her internet is bad. There is a website. There is a website that's been going around for a long time that's had that on there. But I don't know if it's the same one she's talking about. But I'll look into it. I agree, but we don't know when they got that test, I think is my point. But yeah, they should have. They should have realized that's the problem. Regardless of the fact that her and the mom, the mom and the daughter were saying she's not pregnant. Like, yeah, they got that positive result. They should have got the doctor in there very quickly, but we don't know what the time frame is. I don't know. Well, sorry to end it on that note. There's just a case that was on my mind, what I've been looking at the last day when in between things. But yeah, I'm gonna put some stuff together about Portland. Been following Belly. Let me drop his channel one more time. Oh wait, yeah, let me drop True Crime Dime first. So this is True Crime Dime, and let me show you guys. Make sure you sub up to her. I'll show you some of the videos that she has right now. She's got some really, this one, I want to finish that one. Some really good cases, and it's just to the point with the information that you need. John Forsythe's case, this is one I followed since he was missing, and that's another head scratcher. But yeah, go check these out. I'll be looking at some of them later too. And then let me grab Belly's real quick. I think there is some good proof of at least 5 of those cases in Portland being possibly connected. The unidentified woman, I'm not so sure on. That's just my opinion. But the other 5, I think, have a strong potential to be connected. And so I just want to have everything like laid out nice before we discuss that. And then there's also, if you guys remember the situation when we had Van Life up on panel, when she popped into the chat and hopped up on channel, I told you all I'd be digging into that, and I have, and we've got some real proof. Doesn't look so good in her favor. So we're gonna do a live on that. Maybe, what's today, Sunday? Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. That one tomorrow evening. It's gonna be it'll be a good live. Thank you guys for being here. Oh, okay. Let me pull that up real quick, hon. In my email. Let me see. Which one is it under? Okay, the missing kids one. Oh wait, no. Yeah, that one's from you. Missing kids from the same school. See if this is the one she wanted me to share. What'd you say? It'll be. We'll do over it. We'll go over it tomorrow. It's a lot of great information, a lot of proof, and like I said, it'll be really good. We'll do that one tomorrow for sure. 2 missing girls. Okay, yep. So it's this one. These 2 teens attend the same school, and they've been reported missing. Let me see here. Oh, great. We're going to have an ad. I haven't heard of this, I don't think.
And right now, police are searching for 2 missing teenagers who are both students at Parkview High School in Gwinnett County. This afternoon, police telling us 15-year-old Layla Noval-Jakovic has been missing since the morning of May 16th. She was last seen at her home on Ridgewood Drive in Lilburn. And earlier this week, we told you about 14-year-old Ashley Bell, who disappeared 8 days later on May 24th. Anyone with any information about either of their whereabouts are asked to pick up the phone and call Gwinnett County Police.
From the same school, is it a big school? Gwinnett County are missing.
HSHS St. Anthony's Memorial Hospital.
May 16th. She was last seen on May 16th leaving her home on Ridgewood Drive in Lilburn before leaving for school. She attends Parkview High. They are now leading the investigation. The last known location captured on her cell phone was on June 5th. So that's well over a month later in Atlanta. Just days after she was last seen, another Parkview High School student was also reported missing. Ashley Bell walked out of the school on May 24th around 10 a.m. She sat her laptop down on her sister's car in the school parking lot and hasn't been seen since. On June 7th, police released new photos of her, including a security camera picture as she was leaving school. Officers said this isn't part of her normal behavior. Bell has perfect attendance at school. She was last seen walking towards the student parking lot after taking an exam. Bell's cell phone was turned off a few hours later. She has had no activity on social media. She does not have access to money or a car. She stands 5 feet 3 inches tall and weighs 145 pounds. She has curly black hair and brown eyes. They show her wearing a white shirt, brown tights, and brown shoes the last time she was seen. I can't say this. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce her last name. The other one was spotted in a maroon shirt, gray sweatpants, black flip-flops with white writing, and a pink backpack. The teen has red hair and hazel eyes. She's about 5 feet 9 and 200 pounds. She has a tattoo on her left wrist of a heart with a circle. So it could be a coincidence, but it's just very 8 days apart from the same high school. That'd be one heck of a coincidence. And they say there's no such thing as coincidences in true crime, right? I know, there's just so many everywhere. You'll like it. Just come back tomorrow. You'll like it. Oh, I have heard of that. I've heard of that. Tracy, I didn't see your previous comment. Let me go up and see what it says. I'm starting to get a little sleepy again, guys. I don't see a previous comment from you. I just see that you wanted to share links. You can't share links unless you're a mod, but if you have something you want me to share or talk about, just email it to me. And not on this live, but we'll get to it eventually. Or if it's something I can share on my community tab, I'll share it there too. Yeah, it is a long time to be gone. But then but her phone being active like a month later doesn't necessarily mean it was her, right? Was there something? Yeah. Well, no, that one, I think it said she disappeared. Let me go back up. I thought it said, did it say from the school parking lot? I think the one disappeared, the older one disappeared on her way to school. Yeah, the 15-year-old with a tattoo on her wrist said she was leaving her home on Ridgewood Drive in Lilburn before leaving for school. Well, that was the last place she was seen. Have they seen her? It was the other girl that was, that they caught on footage in the parking lot. But still, just 8 days apart, missing from the same school. That's that in of itself. I think you had another link. Let me see if it had any more information. Here, this is just a short clip. I'll play it real quick and then I do need to go.
Gwinnett County Police have now taken over a missing child's case. The school district police first investigated the disappearance of 14-year-old Ashley Bell. She was last seen outside of Parkview High School on May 24th.
Fox 5's Brittany Edney joins us now live from the school with the latest on the search for that young girl. Brittany?
Well, while classes might be out, the search for Ashley Bell continues, and investigators are really hoping that the community pays attention, especially the younger folks in the community, those teenagers who maybe spoke with Ashley prior to this event, leading up to this time where she disappeared, and maybe they can provide some tips as to who she was communicating with before this happened. 14-year-old Ashley.
No, Crispy, I said June 15th. No, June 5th is when it said on here that her phone pinged in Atlanta and she went missing on she went missing on May 16th, and June 7th is when her phone pinged in. Last known location on her cell phone was June 5th. And then what was this I just saw about on June 7th they released photos of Ashley Bell. So that's where I got those two mixed up. But yeah, she went missing on May 16th, and then her phone pinged in Atlanta on June 5th.
Ashley Bell was last seen in the Parkview High School parking lot back on May 24th at around 10:30 a.m. Gwinnett County Police have now asked for the community.
Sorry, just to clarify, that information I just stated was for the other girl that went missing, not this one.
He's helped to find her. The department released a missing endangered child alert Wednesday with these pictures of Ashley.
Our investigators don't treat any missing person case any different. The reason we added the word endangered to Ashley's case is that she is 14 years old. And though she may have walked off the property on her own, we don't believe she has access to any money, to a car. She has not been active on her social media, and we don't know who's taking care of her.
Investigators say this picture shows what Ashley wore the day she went missing.
Ashley is approximately 5'3", weighing 145 pounds. She's a black female. She has black curly hair, and she was last seen wearing a white shirt with some brown tights, and her shoes are brown and white.
Last week, her father told Fox 5 that his daughter had perfect school attendance, wouldn't just leave her family, and they won't give up hope.
We really think that she was just talking to someone on the app and became friends with them, and they lured her out. Because this is...
How many times do we hear that, guys? These teenagers being lured away. I'm glad that they've put her as endangered and they're, actively searching, but so many times they get classified so easily as a runaway and they get no attention. It's heartbreaking. Oh, I pray they are found safe too. I'm going to look up the school after this live and stuff and see how big it is. 8 days apart. That is crazy. There, this is almost up.
She never do anything like this. I'm going to search every single day. Her family is going to search for her every single day until she come home.
Anyone with any information about what happened to Ashley or what she could have been doing prior to this, you are asked to contact Gwinnett County Police, or you can always submit tips anonymously through Crime Stoppers. Reporting live in Gwinnett County, I'm Brittany Yedney, Fox 5 News.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that one with us, True Crime Time. I'll look it up, see if I can find their missing posters and share them, or if they don't have one, I can make them. Yeah, when someone's a good student like that and they never miss school, I mean, there's absolutely something happening. There is a series on Netflix called Missing. It's very interesting and worth watching if you guys have some free time or need a little YouTube break. It's an interesting one. But that's all I got on. It's very possible that it is a predator for both. Very, very possible. It sounds like it. Thank you for sharing that with us, love. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. It'll be good. You're not gonna want to miss it. So, I will check that one out. I'm in the Midwest. I will check that one out, True Crime. I will. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. Love, love.